17 people with charges all got them thrown out. So that's like over 180 different charges got thrown out, and they all went home free. And my co-accused all got fairly minor fines, and we all pleaded to 1 or 2 charges. No audio.
No audio?
Oh, I wonder.
Wait, are we good? Here, let's check. We'll just check our audio. Make sure that our audio is okay.
Well, lip readers are still able to participate, so
we can monitor.
That's right.
Yeah, so
I'm just checking to see that we do have audio. I hear Jody's voice. Okay.
Golly.
Oh, it sounds good.
I'm a chatty one.
All right. They got audio, they say.
Okay, it sounds. I'm hearing myself.
Okay.
So
all right. Well, if you didn't hear us, we're here with Jody, and here's Jody, and it's Friday.
It is Friday.
It's CCN Live.
Are we starting from the beginning?
I don't think we need to.
I took a plea deal, so I accepted a possession for the purpose of trafficking over 3 kilograms, which is hilarious because I never actually possessed any marijuana.
Yes.
I can say that because that's the truth. So but plea deals and police info they're never 100% accurate. Like, Mark, when he went to the U.S. for 5 years, he pled guilty not to conspiracy, but manufacturing marijuana, even though he didn't go to the U.S. and he didn't plant the seeds and he didn't
manufacturing seeds.
Right. And so I have like this big record now. It's on the higher end of things, which is a funny pun in itself.
There you
go. It is
go.
on the high end of things.
Lots of puns.
So what makes me sad, though, is that I can't go to the U.S. anymore. I also believe I'm not even able to volunteer with kids, and like a few different opportunities are no longer allowed because I have a record, and I wouldn't pass a criminal record check apparently. So anyway, it's and my punishment, by the way, instead of jail, which the judge said, why shouldn't I send you guys to jail, and the Crown explained how I didn't really make as much money as they claimed, and it wasn't really that big, and so that's why they shouldn't go to jail. So it was a very interesting twist to have the Crown explain that we were so enormous they needed to justify a bad punishment, but not big enough to justify it. It was weird.
It was odd.
It was weird.
But it's beneficial because it does set some sort of a precedent. Yeah. You are now the biggest drug dealer in Canada, blah, 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 and you didn't go to jail.
Yeah, you can run a massive national marijuana selling retail franchise model.
Right.
Wow, it was pretty impressive what we did in 10 months, and that was it. It was only 10 months we did that with that whole window from when we started to when I got arrested. And, it was a massive success story. If I wasn't illegal, they'd be singing our praises, saying it was a great Canadian success story. But they still declare war on us. Anyway, my punishment is $150,000 fine, which is an enormous amount of money. I don't even know how to comprehend that.
Plus a victim surcharge.
Plus the victim surcharge fee. So everybody who gets charged and has to pay a fine, even if they're homeless, even if they're broke, the appeals court already decided in Ontario that you have to pay this victim surcharge fine, and it's 30% of your penalty. So that's $45,000 extra I need to find. So that's $195,000 I have to find and pay, and I don't have it, and so I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but maybe sell some art and like do some speaking gigs and finally get paid, or I don't know. I'm not going to panic, because on the one hand, I've already panicked for a few days, and I can't live like that. I can't live with like that giant weight of like, how the hell am I going to do it?
Right.
I have to have faith and be like, I don't know how we got through Mark going to U.S. prison, but we did. I don't know how we got through a lot of things.
We always make it work in some way.
Yeah, so I'm not panicking, but it is significant. But I'm also not in jail, so like,
Well, we just have to make sure that the business.
I always wanted to be legal. That's why we're legalization activists. I want it to be legal. So my job now is to try and push as hard as I can to legalize what we're doing, and if the government doesn't want to let us, that's not our fault, that's theirs, and we're trying so damn hard just to not be criminals anymore. And if they refuse to lift their criminalization, it's not us to blame, it's them. And so the year ahead's going to be intense, because now I've got this, and that's going to be interesting, because the first wave of pardons, if they ever come, will be for possession or personal cultivation.
Right.
The second wave, which will be very hard to convince Canadians, according to polls, they do not like the sound of traffickers. So trying to argue that trafficking charges should be erased is going to be a tough one, but it's going to be easy to make an argument that, you know, all these young marginalized people of color typically are targeted for selling small amounts of pot, an ounce here, a couple grams there, and people like Mark went to jail for 3 months for passing a joint, and Justin Trudeau passed a joint, and that's all trafficking. So PPT, possession for purpose of trafficking, under 3 kilograms, that's like the small end. So my campaign would be, okay, we should get amnesty for all the traffickers of small amounts.
But they're still going to be arresting people for trafficking, aren't they?
This is what the year ahead is going to be so interesting.
So it's not real legalization. They're still going to be criminalizing cannabis people.
All the CDSA charges will be the old law, like I've got, and then all the new charges will be under the Cannabis Act. And so, for another reason I took a plea deal was it wouldn't help anybody if I even had victory in the Supreme Court challenging the whole case, because that's the old law. So we need the new Cannabis Act is going to come into effect, and then somebody's going to get arrested, and then they're going to go to court, and we're going to have to do what we've always done before, which is get beat up by the government and then win, and then get beat up some more and then win again, and then
that's what we do.
Malmo is saying we could do.
David Malmo Levine is here, but he doesn't have a microphone, so it's hard to hear him. Would you like to come over, David? And
oh, here he comes.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm gonna light up a joint.
That's a good idea.
Beautiful campus culture lighter, by the way. These are lovely, and you can get them in our store, our head shop retail store downstairs.
Yay, cannabis culture gear.
If we win,
there's David Malmo Levine.
If we win the argument about teens, that's the only argument we have to win, because then every other argument falls away. That's the hardest one to win. We win that one.
Kids and teens.
Then,
I don't know if I agree with that 100%.
And the poor.
But there's still the argument of trafficking and setting up stores and all that.
If you're trafficking a soft drug like coffee beans, then there's no more impetus to see people punished for that.
You should take the microphone out of there and then sit back so you don't look so funny.
Here we go.
Now you look like David.
Here we have one fact is they're trying to make cannabis seem like a hard drug, but it's not a hard drug. It's like sugar, coffee, chocolate, things like that, soft drugs. And if it's a soft drug, then there's no reason to punish anybody. Nobody's in jail for any coffee bean related offenses right now. Or even
booze, I don't think.
Well,
with booze and young people?
If you sell alcohol to someone who then kills himself with
I mean just like in jail for providing alcohol to minors.
I don't know if anyone is or not, but definitely if people see it as a hard drug where people can get hurt, kids are going stupid and crazy everywhere from irresponsible traffickers, then they can justify continued punishment and a lack of pardons and not letting people out for trafficking.
You're right that the teens and the young people are what they're always using.
If you protect the young, then you protect the poor, and you protect the dark-skinned people too. If you protect the young and you say it's just like a soft drug like coffee beans, has similar cost to society than caffeine abuse, then we can put cannabis in the right category, get all the regulations we want, set all the growers and dealers free. Young people won't get hassled by the man anymore, and we win. We do our job as activists. So the job next is to teach people, actually, no, the facts are cannabis isn't making people crazy, and it's not making people stupid. It helps young people.
It helps teens. It helps children.
Teens are dying of 4 things right now. The 4 things teens are dying from is car crashes, suicides, and alcohol and drug overdoses. Those are the 4 things teens are dying from today, according to all the experts and all the facts. Cannabis legalization for teens would help. Cannabis legalization for teens would help with all 4 of those things. It would definitely give teens a better drug that they could not overdose and die from alcohol or prescription medication or opioids or whatever teens are doing that they're dying from. Cannabis is a safer alternative. If they had a safe place to smoke, they wouldn't be driving around in their car impaired on alcohol or cannabis. They'd be going to the pot shop and playing pinball or doing whatever, going to movies.
It's the safer choice.
It's a safer choice, and they wouldn't be committing suicide as much because cannabis is the most safest, cheapest, and most effective antidepressant on planet Earth. So
and I can attest to that, having quit antidepressants with cannabis.
And it helped me avoid suicide when I was a kid. So
and you always know and point out that marijuana arrests target the young more than anyone
Well,
else.
there's the
When you look at
low-hanging
the
fruit.
chart- When you look at the chart, it's like the big bulk is all teens, and then it goes
'cause
down to the older
old people smoke in their apartments or houses, whereas young people got to go out of the house so they don't have the parents find out, and then a lot of them don't have cars, so they're out on the street, and it's easier to find them and bust them.
And it's definitely a harassment policy. It enables police to harass.
Hey, what are those kids doing there after in the park after 11? Hey, let's see. Empty your pockets.
No.
And that's how.
What about a rule that says they don't criminalize anybody who's not hurting anybody else?
Well, I tried to actually make that argument at the Supreme Court of
Supreme Court.
Canada, but they didn't. They
didn't
lied
like
to me.
your
They
argument.
They pretended to like my argument. They said perhaps we're all convinced.
But they
And-
said you might be a cannibal. So if they
He
let
equated it to-
decision.
if they
They
let
equated
weed,
the
if they let
cannabis.
people
Saved-
smoke marijuana, then they're going to have to let cannibals eat people.
they-
Believe it or not,
no
the
more rights.
the pre-
Practice one than the other.
Right.
The Supreme Court of Canada actually withheld that reasoning from me, where I could have addressed it in person and delineated, differentiated between cannabis users on the one hand and cannibals on the other. They saved that up for their decision.
Right.
And I don't really feel that had too much to do with justice.
Malmo, I wanted, when you brought up about being in a park as a teen and getting harassed,
Yeah.
you know, one story that I often bring up, which is quite compelling, it was a few years ago. There's a guy on the North Shore in Vancouver, North Vancouver here. He was running for mayor, I believe, or city council, and he was suing the RCMP in British Columbia, our police, because his daughter, who goes to church, was not going to be able to travel to the U.S. to feed the homeless with her church group because she had been stopped in a park,
Oh, yeah.
not arrested, no cannabis found, no charges laid, but because the cops suspected she and her friends had been smoking pot, he made a note of it, and that goes into some sort of database.
Yeah.
So here's this guy saying, no, the RCMP are literally taking my church-going daughter who wants to feed the homeless and saying, no, you cannot because you may have smoked pot.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That kind of thing is happening in
Pretty crazy.
society. People don't understand how far-reaching this prohibition is.
It's true. It's true. You don't have to be arrested or convicted to be stopped at the border. You just have to be associated by, like, on your Facebook page. I like hemp ethanol. That's enough for them.
Right.
To
or you just
not
have to
allow
answer
you-
their question wrong.
Yeah, we don't want your kind in our country.
So this is the final thing, is the stigma and the discrimination, because I keep asking and nobody can tell me what other peaceful lifestyle choice, vegetarianism or yoga enthusiast or bicycle enthusiast, there's no other lifestyle choice that people live that has this sort of stigma and this sort of like hatred and nonstop discrimination.
Depends which country.
Well,
And we're talking Canada.
to
North
win the
America.
argument, we have to do what you did when you testified in Ottawa most recently. You have to point out that if you look at the general population stats, we're not getting stupider and we're not getting crazier. Psychosis rates stay the same, and IQ rates are actually going up, with cannabis use rates going up
Did
a
I actually
lot.
get that in there?
You actually got that in there, and it was
man.
really
Okay,
well
cool.
done too. So
Thanks to
everyone,
you always reminding me of it.
well, that's the key. If we win that argument, we win the whole thing. If we lose that argument, we win nothing. Everything comes down to this. So I've created a poster. I'm going to have that around here next week. Extra copies for activists and anyone who owns a dispensary. And we're going to try to get this poster all over town. And one of the things we're going to do, I'm not limiting it to posters, but one of the things we're going to do is do a really big poster run and teach everybody that cannabis doesn't make kids stupid and crazy. And here is the evidence. McDonald, etc., all 2004, and the Flynn effect on Wikipedia. That's where the data on the Gen Pop stats is.
Also at potfacts.ca.
Potfacts.ca. We're going to totally get that out there into the collective consciousness. And we're going to give everyone a crash course. I am so high.
You good?
I'm tapping out.
Oh, it's over here.
Ashtray's here.
Oh, there it is. Beautiful.
But we're going to get potfacts.ca out there, and there's going to be many ways to get that information out there. But that's the key to getting from legalization to good
Look
legalization.
how much has changed and how much has stayed the same. Oh boy.
Well, they're just
and a
trying
lot
to
changes from minute to minute, really.
Can't even keep up.
Like, look at Sessions. There, a chatter here. Kenny B in the chat, in the Facebook chat, says Jeff Sessions says smoke sessions lead to court sessions.
Did he really say that?
Yeah.
'Cause that's funny.
That's funny.
That's good.
but-
The
That's
chatters.
witty.
But these are drug
saying
lord
some funny
dinosaurs
things.
that are
That's
like,
right, man. If the White House don't give us the greenhouse and instead they give us the poorhouse, we're going to be in the big house.
Oh man.
Oh, and other people are saying,
times.
okay, I just wanted to address another chat, something that somebody brought up in the chat here. They're dissing the high guy bong. They say this is the only thing you could have chose of all blah blah blah.
You guys, this is classic.
High guy bongs are super dope, made in Canada by Guy.
They
Actually,
aren't even made
by Guy.
anymore. They're so rare to.
No, they're
hard
made,
to,
but not the
like
big tall
this.
ones.
Not
I got
like
this one new. They're making these ones, but the ones that are a little bit taller than this are harder to find these days. But I'm working on that.
But these are classic. There's no twists and doohickeys and nozzles.
And it's not glass on glass, it's rubber. So yes, and that's what some of the complaining was about. But I gotta say, this bong hits harder, and it's just the super perfect bong for me. It hits beautifully. It's got such good airflow. I actually love it. It's the reason I get high guys over and over and over again, because I think they're the perfect bongs.
These are the little black dress of bongs. Like, it's classic. It's simple. It's perfect. You don't need to tamper with it. There's no need to do
old
anything.
School.
Like, I've been
Straight
eating
pipe.
bongs that big. Well, actually,
no crap in the way. It's just like bam.
Yeah, exactly.
And in fact, I need a grinder, and we'll smoke out of the bong. We should take some
bong
tokes.
Cannabis Culture Medtainer grinder right here.
What do you know about that?
Conveniently.
It just happened to be hanging out in my house. It's not actually from this box. I got this red Congo from our new Cannabis Culture store on Davie Street. Our latest edition of our Cannabis Culture stores. We actually have.
Or betting this in
That's
any
right,
way.
Jody. You look scared there for a second.
You're just a guest on
I don't
a
have anything
show.
to do with that.
What stores? What do you mean? Yeah.
And on that note,
What's the address? 920 Davie? Is that right? 920 Davie Street. Go to that store.
I really don't.
It's not a lounge. It's just a dispensary, but it's dope. Check it out. Yeah. What'd you think?
it looks very nice and unthreatening.
It is it's non-threatening, yes.
It's the facade behind our evil machinations. I'm going to actually blow the lid off the CIA drug trafficking in an upcoming article for Cannabis Culture. This, kids, is going to be the good stuff. The stuff you've all been waiting for. That first chapter I did on CIA drug trafficking was just kind of introduce you to all the main characters.
Right. And if you've watched this show, you've seen David talk about it before. You've been on several episodes explaining that, but you can find that on Cannabis Culture now. So if you want to get the earlier edition here,
go
the first installment.
Herbert Walker Bush, biggest drug lord ever is the name of that. George H.W. Bush, biggest drug lord ever is the name of that article. This is going to be like chapter 5, 6, 7, and 8 in that series. And this has to do with the Bay of Pigs invasion, the JFK assassination, and the war in Vietnam. And all of this is tied to this group of guys in the CIA who traffic guns and drugs and organize coups, assassinations, and wars with the drug money. And that is how the world is controlled.
That's why they do it, right? So the reason they have this drug war / business is because they need to raise capital for their private wars that they're busy overthrowing governments overseas.
Paying off generals, paying assassins. This doesn't come cheap.
And
these are expensive habits. And you need a slush fund that you don't have to explain to anybody. All off the books. No bookkeeping, no accounting. Very few lawyers involved.
People demand it. So it's like a public demand product. It's not like they can make money selling arms and manufacturing like military stuff.
Yeah, but they'll always be on market for heroin and cocaine because cocaine's the most powerful stimulant and heroin is the most powerful painkiller, and they'll always be with us. Even in ideal situations, you're going to have them by prescription, but in less than ideal situations, their ideal is not our ideal as consumers. Their ideal is that it's all black market so that they get all the money, and then they can do bad things like rule the world with the money and eliminate any
the black
threats.
Market. They need it.
So your first installment, they really do. Your first installment showed how they set this up. Essentially,
they set it up as an old boys club frat boy thing called the Skull and Bones fraternity at Yale. They basically were responsible for creating the CIA and also creating this drug war.
But wait, David, the Skull and Bones, isn't that conspiracy crap and all crazy stuff?
Okay, you can be a conspiracy theorist or a coincidence theorist. And I'm picking conspiracy because I've read all the history, and being a coincidence theorist, you're not going to be more respected by everybody about it. You just have to know your shit. Have all your facts at the ready. So if anyone calls you on it, I say, well, aren't these facts? And if they can't debunk them, then they are facts. And that article, that first article, has been up for almost a year now. And nobody's poked any holes in it or said anything even anything
and
that I said was wrong.
And the fact is that there's a fraternity at Yale University
there is a
that
fraternity
does a lot
at
of
Yale.
wacky-ass shit.
1832 it was formed. It was formed by a guy named William Huntington Russell, who was a cousin of Sam Russell, who was America's biggest drug smuggler at the time. He smuggled opium.
Right.
And they used their millions of dollars to start up this fraternity. And one of the other co-founders was the name of Alphonso Taft. He was the father of William Taft. President Taft, and the only president to also be Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States.
What a coincidence.
Amongst his other jobs, he was the first guy to run the Philippines when the United States took the Philippines over militarily. And what did they do in 1899 to 1912? They experimented with, well, aside from mass murder, like 1.3 million Moros killed, they also started up the drug war. They experimented with, see if it would work there first. And when they figured out, oh, this is going to work, then they exported it to the United States.
Yeah, and like they're doing now in the Philippines?
Yeah, well, now
like Trump's doing?
Oh, God, if
With
they
Duterte?
export their next type of drug war all over, then it's a full-on genocide in high gear. More dangerous and more scary than anything the Nazis could ever dream up.
Right.
Because they're killing people en masse in the Philippines for doing stuff that people like you and me, Jody, do or did daily, which is sell a lot of people a lot of illegal drugs.
Or even just consume them.
Did I do that? I guess I did.
You kind of did.
Still coming to terms with this.
Yeah, you're a narco trafficker, illegal narco trafficker.
So. Yes.
And if you were in the Philippines by an extrajudicial death squad, they just murder you, knock on your door, you go hello, and then they shoot your door full of bullets and they'd hit you.
This is the drug war.
Yeah,
they're doing it to anybody that they don't like, and so they're just claiming that they're drug users or dealers.
It's a witch hunt. They're a witch.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what evidence. It's all done in the streets. Most of the murder is done in the streets.
You're giving me chills. This is downer news. Is there anything good going on?
What about a bong toke, Jody?
Okay, well the good.
How about one?
I haven't hit a bong in
good thing
so long.
You good?
Is
okay,
the
I'm gonna hit the bong.
All the pretext for the drug war is on the pot war, and the whole pretext of the pot war hangs on two threads, but really one is that pot makes kids stupid and crazy. And if we can make it common knowledge that it doesn't, the facts are that it does not, then we win, and the whole nightmare goes away like a bad dream.
And we need to get, I think we need to get more teens and young people actually testifying to how it helps. Because every time they say, oh, we can't let the kids have it. I tweeted the other day, I don't know if you saw, but I said, people are giving cannabis to kids. Yeah. People like parents and doctors and researchers who are providing it to those who are suffering and need it.
Don't hate the media, become the media. We should empower some investigative journalists to go out into the street with a camera.
Cannabis culture media is, that's what
we're looking for reporters out there who will do the research and destigmatize cannabis for the young. If you're not afraid of being stigmatized as a person who's I guess corrupts the youth, like Socrates. If you want to participate, please join in. And there's a million ways to do it. We're going to have posters here in a week that have the facts on them. Potfacts.ca is a good website with all the facts there. And
did you finish up about your article though and tell them what that second installment really is?
No. Okay. That's the other thing is that. In the article that's coming out in a week or two, I don't know however long it takes to edit. It's pretty massive. There's over 100 citations.
It's like a short book.
It's like another short book.
It's not even that short.
It's like a book.
It's like a book.
There's over 100 citations in the second part. There's over 100 citations in the first part. And there's going to be 4 or 5 more parts to it. But anyway, the second part covers the Bay of Pigs invasion, the JFK assassination, and the Vietnam War, and how these guys... These secret team, this Operation 40, these paid assassins, drug runners and drug smugglers and gun runners and gun smugglers, these guys are responsible for all sorts of horrific, horrible things. The Vietnam War was actually the Vietnam drug war. That what happened was a guy named Ed Lansdale in the 50s installed this dictator in South Vietnam named Diem. Diem, at first he was like, oh, no, drugs are bad, anti-drug, all that sort of thing. By 3 years later, he realized, I can't fund all my secret police and all that without drug money. So then he was a drug pusher. But he was too independent, and he had a really bad PR. He was doing bad things to the Buddhists. The Buddhists were lighting themselves on fire.
Right.
You remember those protests where the Buddhists put like fuel all over them and lit themselves on fire?
Cover of Rage Against the Machine's
Cover of Rage
first album.
Against the Machine. Those Buddhists, that was DM's bad PR. And they had to get rid of him and install another drug pusher named General Kai. General Kai did things the way the U.S. liked it, on the down low, didn't attract as much bad attention, and he was the guy they had in South Vietnam. And meanwhile, all this heroin and opium was coming out of Laos, which was the neighbor of Vietnam. And they had the biggest CIA station headquarters in the world outside of Langley in Vientiane, Laos. Not Vietnam, but Laos. Why? Because that's the heart of their drug smuggling operations. Oh, wow. And before that, the biggest CIA station in the world was in Miami, Florida, because it was at the other end of the French Connection. The Golden Triangle through Marseilles and into Cuba, until Castro screwed that up. And the head of both stations, the Miami station and Vientiane, Laos station, was a guy named Ted Shackley, who later went on to be Bush's speechwriter when he was running for vice president of the United States. And he came up with the term Iran-Contra because he was around then too. It turns out Shackley and Bush had very similar positions in the CIA as looking after the money coming in, the black ops budget, the slush fund, right? Making sure that money rolled in. That guys like Castro wouldn't interfere with it. So they assassinated Trujillo in the Dominican Republic. They assassinated DM and his brother in Vietnam, and they made sure their guys, politicians who weren't going to interfere with their money, were installed. And that's why JFK got popped too, because he was on their shit list of bad politicians. He wouldn't invade Cuba, man. He had everything lined up to invade Cuba, and he didn't take the CIA's bait.
Yep.
So he had to go.
CIA was pissed.
CIA was hugely
of course,
pissed.
He fired Alan Dulles.
He fired the top three guys at the CIA for screwing up the Bay of Pigs.
The old man was angry.
But, I mean, that's okay. They had so many private organizations and proprietors and their businesses of their own. They could function without the government's help, the federal government's help. The CIA is so powerful, you could cut off all its funding, and you'd have to shut down all its proprietary companies too in order to really shut it down.
Which goes way now beyond any sort of drug running operations.
Privatized, basically.
And there's really interesting information in the book, Memoirs of an Economic Hitman by John Perkins, about the CIA's scope in the business community and what they actually own. They own a lot of stuff.
Well, they owned a lot of stuff back then in the 60s, where my chapters really covers the 60s era. And they owned this one airplane company called Air America. It's the largest airline in the world outside, I think it was one of the largest airlines in the world, bar none.
Right.
And there's a movie made out of it with
there is.
A surprisingly good film with
Robert Downey Jr.
And Mel Gibson of all places. It's called Air America.
Air America.
And it covers the drug smuggling operations in Laos. And it actually does a fairly good job at being accurate. And it's very subversive, way more subversive than the American-made Tom Cruise offering that just came out about Barry Seal. They talk about Barry Seal in the 80s like he just joined the CIA. They ignore his 1950s, 1960s, and 1970s activities, which are very incriminating to the Bush and the rest of those gang.
Yeah.
We have an interesting CIA Air America cannabis culture connection.
Oh, really?
Years ago, when the magazine office was down in the basement and the cannabis culture forums, people would share news stories. And somebody in the international news stories posted a BBC article about how an airplane had dropped a giant load of cocaine at an airfield and was arrested. And it was related to CIA's secret ops airlines, and this was just copied and pasted from a news story and put on our forums. And couple months later, we get a letter in the mail here at this building from a judge in the UK saying this article needs to be removed from your website by court order that cannot appear. And I think we just put it on hidden mode for administrators to see because it was a court order, and I figured it's out there anyway. But I mean,
if you're shipping,
if you're
shipping tons of drugs through the air, like literally tons of drugs through the air every year, once in a while a plane's going to crash, and you get a little peek into seeing. That's how Iran-Contra began. It was the Nicaraguan shot down one of the planes bringing in weapons, and the guy spilled the beans instead of. They wanted him to die. They didn't give any of them parachutes, but he brought his own parachute against the rules.
What?
He parachuted out of this plane that was, yes, this is all fact. Hassenfuss, I think his name is. Anyway, he spilled the beans, said he was part of the CIA, and that's how this all came out.
Did he have an inkling that they were going to crash the plane and he brought a parachute just
No, he didn't want to die. He thought it was stupid to die for your work. And he just broke the rules. Yeah, I guess. So what then happened in 2004 or 2007 or one of those times, another plane crashed, and this plane
I remember
was a torture plane. It was one of the goes to the extra rendition places, right? And it crashed with 4 or 5 tons of cocaine on it, just bag after bag, like way more cocaine than you or I could ever afford. And so they suspect the CIA torture plane with all the drugs is a good indication that nothing stopped since Iran-Contra. It's even gotten bigger, and more
deeply
coordinated and entrenched. Yeah, and so
scary.
If we're going to shut down the drug war, we've got to legalize all drugs, have the hard drugs available at the pharmacist so he can help you with them, because that's what a pharmacist does, is deal with dangerous drugs all day, all night.
Okay, so
lock them up.
What action can people take? Because this is really big, depressing. Like we can't stop the CIA. They're so huge.
Well, the first step is learning about it, and I have a pretty big library. I got 27 bookshelves.
I learned a lot from you about it.
And a few of them have been devoted just to CIA drug trafficking. So I put all the facts together in one easy place to find. So if you haven't read it already, go to George H.W. Bush, biggest period, drug lord period, ever period, and read the first bit of this history.
Is that a URL? But what
that's
if you type that into Google, the URL.
If you type it into Google, you'll find it. It's an article on cannabis culture.
Yeah.
And then read that, and then a week later from now, or a week or two from now, Cannabis Culture will provide you the next installment of that.
Yes.
Learn about that. Investigate it more. Read up on the people who are mentioned in the article, because they have long and interesting careers. And then circulate the article and do your own research. Create your own artwork and works of journalism. And just the more people talk about it and the more people post about it, the more common knowledge it becomes.
And knowledge is power.
And it turns into other works of art and other works. Like I hope that my books will get turned into movies, and documentaries or dramatizations. Doesn't matter. But when something's turned into a movie, it reaches everywhere. It reaches all over the world, in every country, in every language. If you go to Mexico City, there's not a magazine rack on every street corner, but there is 4 video stores on every street corner with bootleg everything. Mm-hmm. And they've got it all. They've got really good documentary sections and everything. And that's just Mexico. Every country's like that. Videos and movies and the internet are everywhere.
Art as communication.
And so what we've got to do is just promote the information that we think is going to help us most evolve as human beings, and get good legalization of marijuana, the kind that includes everyone. No grower, no dealer, no user left behind. Everyone's included in our kind of legalization, the people's legalization.
On that note, Health Canada, even though the government's very frustrating, up until January 20th, they're accepting submissions from people online. If you just type up Health Canada, Cannabis Act.
Yes.
Tell people you want the inclusive model.
Tell them you don't want the government in charge, and you don't want to have to buy your weed from a government store.
People with records and with history, they have
Yeah.
to be allowed in. We have to all be allowed in.
And why are we punishing teens for an intelligent health choice that keeps them alive longer than if they did no drugs at all, with less stress and fewer wrinkles? Why are we punishing teens for avoiding suicide with a great antidepressant that isn't toxic.
Oh man, they're gonna.
Why are they criminalizing adults when teens are being used as the reason? When again, it's not even hurting these teens.
They need some excuse to lock up 30% of the users and 80 to 90% of the dealers. And this whole teens are driven crazy and stupid by weed is their one big argument. There's a little, make 10 or 5% of their argument is on driving. The inherent impairment argument.
Well, we're going to tackle all this.
We're going to tackle the driving stuff, but teens first, because that's 90% of everything that comes out of a prohibition's mouth.
Yep, protect the kids. Protect the kids.
Who won't someone think of their children? So 90% of the stuff that comes out of our mouths has to be you're lying about the teen thing.
Right. They're lying about cannabis being harmful.
We're not just
not harming anybody.
Yeah, we're not just going to do a postering campaign. We're going to use all kinds of media, stuff that we've never even done before, and we're going to make sure everyone's talking about it and everyone's thinking about it.
Good job, Malmo.
David Malmo Levine.
An early inspiration, by the way. I can list like 5 people that I first learned of when I went from being a prohibitionist to a pot person. And that was Malmo Levine, DML.
One person can't do everything, but everyone can do something.
It is true.
Dave's got a lot of those sayings.
He's full of them.
He's full of something.
Well, he's my hyphen mate, Malmo Levine. I'm a Geese Ramsey.
Oh, yeah.
I am also leaving. You're leaving now, but I also
You have to go. Joey's got to go, too.
Yeah, because I'm not even supposed to be here today. Honestly.
You are. You are Dante from Clerks.
On Monday. I'm still taking this week. I just want to take some downtime in the nature. So, but anyway,
well, I appreciate you coming on and co-hosting the show with me, Jody, at least for a brief little period here.
And hit that bong and be proud of it.
You have your present. There's a present for you.
Oh, a brown paper
It's
bag.
It wasn't. I mean, we just put something together last night. Just because I thought we were getting together to get high, so I was like, damn, I better bring some.
Get high.
Yeah.
Well, that's really sweet of you.
And some of it comes from Mr. Cookie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a. Yeah.
How very sweet of everybody.
Sorry. I'm not.
It's all good.
It's all from LPs.
There we go. I'm totally legal, licensed, and all safe. So
it's completely 100% legal. Right. Yeah.
Well, because like
even the top quality hash is somehow legal.
Because I'm not a criminal. Only the bad stuff is allowed to be legal. Oh my goodness. But,
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, honestly, it's great to be back, and I'll be around for the next month in Vancouver here, and then back to Toronto, because that is where, politics and power and media. I mean, the fact that I live a 5-minute walk from Queen's Park, which is the Ontario government, and, we were told, you could go to the Justice Committee and testify. I was like, really? We applied, and we were there. And so, it's really valuable for me to be out there in Ontario. Mm-hmm. So I love Vancouver here, and I love everybody here, but they're holding the fort together very well. And, so I'm going to go do the rest of my day. Thanks for having me here. Thanks for watching Pot TV, everybody. Support cannabis culture in all its forms.
Thanks for hanging out, Jody. It was awesome.
Bye.
Appreciate you coming by. We really didn't get into a whole bunch of stuff. We should have had a longer conversation, but we'll have you back again soon on the show.
All right, you're stuck with me now.
Miranda. Hi, Miranda Nelson.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, just dandy. How are you?
I'm very good.
Woohoo.
You're looking very bright and colorful today.
Yes, it's a whole theme. Yes.
Medtainer jacket.
Right,
even.
right. I'm repping.
You're trying to.
Red hair is in solidarity with Bud.
Right, right. There you go. Yeah.
Ah, yes, red. That's right. Buds have red hairs on them. That's good. It's a stretch, but yeah. No, I thought that was pretty good. Jody. Got to get her a microphone. Mr. Cookie is also here.
Yeah, he should
sit in the hot seat.
Yes.
But you know what though?
You got a whole bunch of people.
We do have a couple more people, but I just wanted to say hi to Mr. Cookie here.
I'll say hi to everyone.
Hi, Mr. Cookie. Yeah, we do have more seats over there. What we should do is set up.
One seat here?
I know we
can set up a couple of others.
Yeah, and there's another microphone there too.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because Spicoli was here, Curdy. Is he still here? I'm going to show off his gear. He's got the love buds going on. And anybody in the studio who wants some love buds from...
what are they? They're delectable edibles?
They're edibles, yep. Delectable edibles from Love Buds. And you can check out their website at lovebuds420.com if you like this kind of stuff.
Did I see they have a pack of beef jerky
edibles.
over there?
There is a pack of beef jerky.
That's, yeah.
OG reef jerky. Reef jerky.
Reef jerky. Made from real reefs.
It's that reefer jerky. And it's got a picture of a cow with a weed leaf
with his butt on fire.
With his butt.
Right?
Wow. There you go. This stuff's sweet heat. Feel free to dip in if you like.
Yeah, I don't really do edibles either.
There's a whole bunch of stuff. There's candy. Candies. Those look good. Bye, Jody.
Yeah, no, that mic over there is totally broken. I do apologize.
Yeah, so chatters, how you doing out there? What's happening?
Hello.
We had a lot of people watching the show here.
Yeah.
How many viewers?
We had, well, it's hard to see how many over the whole thing, but, and I don't actually have YouTube up in front of me. I have the chat, but that's the only thing I have at the moment.
So now that we're here, what do we do?
Well, we have a couple people I wanted to bring on the show.
Okay.
Hi, Wild Dragon. And Mr. Cookie, how are you? You just got back from a trip. You were overseas.
No, I was in Ontario.
Over seas. Over Great Lakes.
Shitty mic.
Oh, is there sound?
Hello?
You were over Great
Can
Lakes.
you hear him?
And hi,
Yes,
CC.
That mic's better.
Yeah, I think you're okay.
Hello.
Yeah, I was just in Ontario for the holidays. Went seeing Mark and Jody, a court case happen. That was
Nice.
fun. Kind of exciting.
Hello there. How's it going? We have some cats in the house here.
There's a tiny, adorable dog around.
It was too cold.
Oh, there was a dog as well. But wait, and there's
snuck in
Curdy.
just,
He's here. I was showing off your products there, brother.
That's nice.
You too.
Yeah, I was there on the 29th.
So May Moon. And Penny. Oh, is it not working?
Hello?
It's just low. Yeah.
Is it? Here.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
Hopefully it's good. Tap on the top of it for a sec. Okay, that means it's working. Sorry to the people out there in Soundland. So, hi guys, how's it going?
Good.
Getting ready for the big event.
Yeah, it's
Dun 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 dun.
Sorry, we came in. You were sneaking off to Ontario, Toronto, was it?
Oh, for holidays, yeah. That was it.
Yeah, he was wrapping that up.
Yeah, I was
snuck
wrapping
into
that up
Ontario
quick.
as well. I saw Tracy for a little bit there, and then I went home.
Nice.
After getting raped and pillaged by customs. That was wonderful.
Oh, that's no good.
Oh, because you landed in Toronto.
They needed their $47.50, and they needed it right now.
Oh no, well, that's craziness.
Yeah, that was rough. They cut my bag open, so I couldn't even take my
What?
next. Yeah, so I couldn't even take the next flight.
Canadian customs?
Yeah, coming in from Jamaica, so they cut up my bag, and they're like, "You have alcohol," and I'm like, "Yes, I do."
Why'd they have to cut your bag for that?
Because they wanted to make sure it was just alcohol. I don't know. Last time they were looking for drugs, and I said, "I don't know about you, but I don't save those for later."
And it was too hard to open your bag.
I don't
understand
so they
that.
cut around the edge of it. It was really
Christ.
wild. So even
That's messed up.
we had to wait until everything was open to get a new bag to put it in there. But yeah, that was fun. Yay, Toronto. But
Keep
Tracy
it-
Curley was nice. We got some cookies. I like cookies. They were
That
nice and
helps.
infused. So that made Toronto a lot nicer after having my bag mangled.
Does it just make you happy, right?
And some infused tea. That was good too. Yeah.
The light bulb in
David.
the bathroom is making all sorts of popping and cracking
Uh-oh.
sounds.
Ooh.
That sounds terrible.
Send a handyman.
I would say turn that light switch off.
Turn it off. That's
Please
probably a
turn it
good
off.
plan.
Viewers, if we go up in a cloud of smoke, you'll know what happened. Yeah.
So I said cats, but I really meant chicks.
Yeah, Three Happy Cats closed in
I know.
December of
I always
2015.
forget. I know. I get so confused with all of the different names.
Well, it's all right.
It's like us. We've
Cats
had
are nice.
so many names. For the BCMP for so long. This place was called, and
No.
nobody knew what to call it. But
same.
12 High Chicks.
Yeah.
That's right.
The upcoming Mom Cup. This is February. What is it?
23rd,
to
24th, and 25th.
Yeah, there we go.
And to be clear, the Mom Cup is open to more people than just mothers, right?
Yeah, so it's the mail order
when I first
marijuana cup. And a few people did
Mail
ask.
order marijuana.
I had one guy actually write me and say, happy to enter the MILF cup. And then when I told him it was the mail order marijuana cup, he was like, oh, I feel a little dumb for that, but I laughed. I thought that was quite funny. I wrote him back this year and said, "Would you like to enter the MILF Cup 2018?" He said, "I sure do," and they are.
I like this for next year. Right? Next their time, just like change it up.
Oh Lord.
There we go. There we go.
Neil can host it.
Oh yeah. Well, it's never a boring time with the 12 high chicks.
That's the way it goes
Never
for sure. Never a boring time. It was actually just admission with the high guys, so that was pretty fun. They were entering the cup.
Oh.
I don't know if you know these guys, but they do.
Are they sponsoring too?
Cool.
They're also sponsoring,
entering,
sponsoring,
Oh.
and hanging out.
And, yeah,
Show their stuff off there
Yeah.
for a
I'm
sec.
not sure if you guys can see this, but they do some fun flavors.
Great.
And we were also with Sunshine Rosin, and they gave us this huge. It's got my name on it. Yeah, there we go.
Woo!
Yeah, this huge
Submissions.
container of rosin to try before the cut.
Beautiful.
They've also entered the
Nothing
cup.
wrong with that. And
we
so-
have a few other people as well, but those are some fun ones I just saw today. Had to have a little bit of caffeine before I got here because I was like, wow, that was a lot of
Here we go
weed.
again.
Here we go again,
I
and
like what's going
go.
on in the background there. We got some
Oh.
good stuff happening
Yay.
there.
It's totally a
There's
dance
some
party going
dance
on.
party action.
Yeah, that's good.
So the big event is coming soon, and people, this is a cool. You guys are doing something a little bit different this time around that I don't think anybody else has done before. People can actually take part from afar.
Yeah.
They
in
sure
this one.
can anywhere in Canada as long as they're 19 or older and can prove it. Which sounds awful, but we want to make sure you're 19 or older, so we're having everyone hold up their ID and just, hey, this is me, send it to this address, and that seems to be the trick that works.
That's a good idea. That makes sense. I think that's fair
Well,
enough.
it's totally fair. Totally
And
fair.
everyone has entered so far is actually in this box. And
There's box.
there's
Oh,
also a
shit.
few people that have written to us and told us why they felt that they were the one. And the winner is going to get their flight, accommodation, and some spending money to come to the cup and upgrade their ticket to a VIP ticket.
Nice.
That's
So we're going to do
awesome.
that here in the show at some point.
Oh,
here. Shake it,
shit.
shake it.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. I'm happy you guys are doing it here. And we actually did give away passes. I believe it was 2 or 3 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
it's 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks
Yeah,
ago when Penny was on the
I
show.
gave some passes away.
Yeah, that was fun. And so those ones we had. There's a few of our viewers who are happy out there with their passes.
Perfect. No, that's great.
Perfect.
But, yeah, or they don't have them yet, but they're coming soon. So,
Have
yeah.
you given me their names?
Probably not. I don't think so. I haven't given them to you, but I have them all.
Do you have their names?
Yeah,
because
we have
to be
all of
fair,
their info. They've all
if they had
contacted
their
me.
tickets were distributed to them before the 4th of January, they should be in this box. So why don't we figure out who they are and put them in the box? So I'm just going to grab the tools for that, and I will be right back. There you go.
Well, that's really interesting then. That's good for the people.
Maybe we should. The thing is, I'm gonna have to go through my email.
Yeah,
Oh, you better-
that'll take a little while.
Is this gonna take a while?
Probably gonna.
I thought you were going to play that video.
Yeah, it's gonna be more than we can do probably on the show. But I mean,
changing
some of them might
things.
actually be watching the show.
Are they?
There
That'd be
is
great
somebody
if
in
they
the
are.
chat saying that they won the online judge pass.
Really? Because that's what we're
That's
talking
the
about.
person,
There we
yeah.
go. They're already on.
Yeah,
there's
I
one
believe
right there.
our
Because
person
there was
is
only
just
one.
up
At least one of them. We
'Cause
gave away.
I think it was just one online.
One
Like, I think it was
online, one
online,
here,
one
and then-
I think it was a VIP, or was it just a general?
Yeah.
There's
And
a
one general admission.
Yeah, because there's 3.
Was
Yeah.
this who was
Yeah,
this?
so no,
Just
we've
say
got
that.
we got our name right there.
Alrighty, Ohm. That was
was our
Oh
winner.
yes, that indeed is the winner. That's right. And it was Al Ohm before. It was just straight Al Ohm.
Well, that's allowed.
And but
The
and it was
online one,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure it was the online one. He was our first winner.
Yes.
Perfect. No, that's
Yeah. Al
okay. Well,
Ohm,
that
that's
kind of
right.
solves that problem, doesn't it? Phew.
Yeah.
Phew.
Yeah.
Excuse me while I
Oh.
check on this
Oh,
administrative
we have.
task.
That's right. I can't eat edibles or I'm sleeping. But bam. Oh,
We're going to let them do the little draw
That's
thing, and I'm
right.
going to slide away.
Fancy.
It's a big bag of meat, guys.
yeah, it's a bag of meat and a half.
Meat.
Also, I squished it by accident, but there's like a cookie, a shortbread cookie with a cherry in it, some candy and shit. Look at this stuff. That looks tasty. All right, but here, we're back over this camera. Beautiful. There, now the camera switched. Look at that. Something's happening here.
Neil, you look nice and honest.
There we go.
Unbreakable.
I don't know what's going on.
What's the word for it? You cannot be bought.
I didn't have
Right?
no clue. I don't have an entry in there. I don't know anybody who has an entry in there.
Are you sure? Are you sure you
Well,
know?
I don't know. I may know people who entered, but I don't know that they entered.
I don't know what's wrong with this
I
thing.
think you'd be closing your eyes.
It should be over here.
Oh, we see Cookie.
Yeah, it's probably
There it is. What's that?
TV.
Carb cap? I don't know.
Do we like twist him around like a 5-year-old and get him all confused, and then he's like, "Oh, I don't feel so good."
It's like blind man's bluff,
I
eh?
think lots of that is necessary.
Sounds great.
Oh, wait, they're doing the draw here.
Do a draw?
Well, we're waiting.
Do we
you
need
guys
a
to get
drum
drum
roll?
roll.
A piece of paper and I'll do a draw.
Oh, Lord.
You'll draw whatever you
I'll
like.
draw whatever you like. Give me a paper and a piece of pencil.
Paper and a piece of pencil. There, now it's working.
What is wrong with you, Neil Magnuson? It's gonna be okay. I don't know when, but it's not today.
I don't know what this is.
You haven't even closed them.
That's good stuff.
Oh, we can see Cookie's O's, the magic
This is good
O's.
stuff.
You ready?
Okay, you ready for this now? Are you guys getting high
You
yet?
guys are ready?
We're ready.
Should we do some weird countdown? Like, do anything magical in your show?
Dun 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 dun
Close
dun
your eyes.
dun.
Yeah, there we go.
Closed.
Do it, do it, do it.
Where is it?
Pick someone.
Oh, Neil's grab.
Jesus, you're out of control
Watch
with those
those
idle
hands, Neil.
hands.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Here, I'll read it. Are you ready?
Dun 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 dun.
No way. Are you serious?
Let's see.
I fucking don't even believe it. Look who just won. Look who just won. The online pass winner from the last show.
It's the one who just won.
Airfare and
Congratulations.
hotel.
Woo!
I'm not even fucking kidding. Like,
Wow.
Yeah, hold that up. That's not a
see
joke.
that?
That is crazy.
Like, you guys just like, I can't even believe it.
So
almost- it
you'll
almost
definitely
seems
need to make
unfair.
sure you get your
No, it's-
information to Jeremiah,
Fuck,
because
I feel like there's a little bit of a
That is one
collision
lucky-
there.
He is a lucky motherfucker.
No, it doesn't. But is he still there?
or
Yeah,
if you
he's,
could send it to me.
is blessed.
Yeah, you're.
Can you, hey, Almighty Om, can you email us at cup at.
No. Moon at 12highchicks.com. And no, not all of them. If you want it to me directly, it's got to be
Shit, okay.
moon at 12highchicks.com, and that's TWELVEHIGH. CHICKS.com.
Dun, dun,
Woo!
dun.
I think I did it. Yay! I didn't win
Yay,
anything. I
congratulations.
spelled my
And,
own website right. So, but congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And thank you everybody else who entered too. That's like fantastic.
Yeah,
Like,
and just so everybody knows, we mixed it around. You
Yeah, we
guys,
really did.
everybody
No, you guys
saw.
do, yeah, like,
it
that
was
was-
like fully, you know, you guys.
My fault is all I can say.
Yes. when
It's
in
all
doubt,
the
let me know.
honest man's fault in the corner. Can we show like the light on? Like, oh, no, this is great, awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really glad someone
No,
won.
that's
I
funny.
practiced long and hard to be able to do that. But
Yeah. Very good, Vanna. There we go.
Yeah, well, alrighty is pleased.
Oh, look, see.
Alone.
Oh,
Alone
yeah.
is
Oh,
happy.
congratulations,
Good.
man. No, serious. Good. Good.
That's very cool.
So we have some fun people coming this year. We have Spandy Andy coming.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
actually in the U.S. It's funny that
Spandy
somebody.
Andy.
Yeah, he's coming from Texas this year to come see us, and then we've got Precious Chong who's going to entertain us as well.
Shit.
Right.
She's coming in from Toronto.
No, they.
Are you volunteering?
I was saying.
I think we have a volunteer over there.
No.
Yes.
I wish.
don't have to brush my
I wish.
I'll do it.
We need somebody who can master the broad strokes, guys.
Right.
So the,
Short, jerky.
there's actually after last year's performance they
have banned us
installed
from paint.
There's a no paint rule for the venue in general after last year's.
They have not
performance.
banned penis, just
They
the
loved
paint.
it.
The
They
penis
loved it,
was
but
fine,
It was messy as hell.
but it was a
so-
lot of mess.
Well, you
So
gotta, like,
we have an
use glitter or
ICF lined
something.
up. We're not going to tell anybody what that means yet, though. You have to be there
You'll
for the
see.
ICF. But it will definitely help with anything that you may not have gotten.
Right.
That's
It'll be good.
too
It'll be good.
hilarious.
It's gonna be
Well,
good.
last
I mean,
year
if it's 12
was a
chick
lot of
stuff,
fun.
Like, if
Absolutely.
It's not like one of a kind. Like I don't.
We have Dr. David Allen coming in from California.
Oh, awesome.
We also have Coral Reefer coming back again this year.
There you go.
And
And Dr. Allen's amazing.
yeah, he's quite the character. We do a little bit of FaceTime here and there over the week. He showed me his garden recently. It was massive. There were like containers the size of my bedroom, filled
He
with
is-
marijuana.
He's a smart character.
Just, you know.
And
random.
I remember the first time I ever saw Dr. Allen was on Fox. He was on Fox News.
Fox and Friends.
Yeah, on like a clip, and they were talking to him about. I think his quote was, "Eating a bud a day keeps the doctor away," and he was talking about how consuming cannabis is really healthy for you. It lowers your blood pressure, and the U.S. government has a patent on blood pressure or on cannabis on blood pressure.
Some ridiculous thing like that, right?
You know what I'm trying to say. It's on cannabis. But
Oh, look.
That's why I have all this.
It's
There's
for
our
an
page with all of our
anti-inflammatory.
things.
There's our
Oh, that's so cute. Look, the things.
The
So-
thing.
We did the things.
Do you want to hear something funny about our logo? It was a for women only competition to do the logo for 12 High Chicks.
Yeah.
And we had a young man from Italy that read it as it was for women. He didn't realize he had to be a woman, but he won. So that
This
was-
logo here?
yeah, we actually had a competition where the top prize was $600 and lifetime subscription to our magazine, which so far has only been one. But
Working on almost done 2.
We're almost done 2,
working
though.
on 2, and it's gonna be.
but yeah, I thought it was
great.
really funny. I'm like, and the winner
don't get
is, and he's a guy.
It's
How did
not
that
showing
happen?
up.
Oh no, that's the logo. Like
No, but that's what happened during the competition. Is we pulled. Yeah, we're like, oh, it's a guy though. He's the only guy that entered, so
Right.
that's interesting.
Well, that's. Like,
But I absolutely
That's
love our.
change. You know, there we go. It works out.
I do love our
good.
logo though. It's really well
I'm
done.
trying to show it here, but it didn't work there, so we're going to...
It doesn't work. That's okay. We
That's
can go to
okay,
our
no, it's
website.
okay.
We
No,
do
no,
have this
we're gonna
website
try
that
it.
we.
We're gonna try it one more time.
Yeah,
here.
people should check out 12highchicks.com. It's
They
pretty fun.
should.
Lots of articles, pretty pictures.
And here, I'm going to do a little screen cap so that people can see it. This should work. Bam! There it is.
Wow, that was cute.
Nice.
Look at
Yeah,
the technology.
and I'm
It's
sorry
so
that
awesome.
it's floating over your heads,
Oh,
but
it's
all right.
floating.
I can make
Sorry.
it big for a second here for people.
There we
Uh-oh, wait a second. I'm trying to do it. It doesn't seem to be working. I don't know. I'm doing my best here. There seems to be some glitch on the system that doesn't
That's
want to
all right.
help let me
It's
do
okay.
it.
They should just go to the website and check
Why
it out.
can't
There seemed to be some glitch. I mean, there was just a lot of distillate and dabs and marijuana and
Yeah.
edibles that are
No,
getting in the way.
it
Maybe.
it won't let me make it larger. Usually it doesn't do that. Anyways, you can see it.
It's
There we go.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I can see it.
It's on.
There you
It's
go.
on the internet.
Oh, and then there
Our
we
friend
go.
Richard designed that. That's really cool. That
Thanks,
little.
Rich.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's very cool. And you can go and get tickets. They're still available, right? For the
Oh yeah,
Yeah, there's still tickets.
right. So 12 High Chicks. There's a /mom-cup-2018.
right.
We are, however, running out of online judges kits. So once they're gone, obviously they're gone. But then you'll just have to come down, or
You can still do general admission on the day.
General
Yeah,
admission
you can.
and VIP, and then just just the regular judges. Kits,
We have
right?
judges and
Yeah, 'cause
VIPs
there's the 4
left, yeah.
tiers.
Okay, yeah.
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 So.
Yeah, and the online judges are for the people who want to do it from afar, but
Yeah.
you still have the ones where people can show up and
Absolutely.
You probably, if you sell out, then they won't be available at the door, but if you don't, then they will. Kind of, is that how you're going to set it up?
I guess so. But I
Then-
believe it's midnight is when we're doing the cutoff for voting.
I believe so. Yeah.
So that's if you don't get your kit, with a reasonable amount of time, you won't be able to vote properly, I suppose. But I
Right.
guess you could just open them up and go, that one looks the prettiest, and start voting away.
Right at the crack of midnight.
Aesthetics does count for something, right?
Right.
It does. Do you
That's
guys have
true.
an ashtray up there?
Yeah, right here.
Or are we just going
Beautiful.
like savages over here?
Oh, good. That's what it's
That's what we
for.
do. Savage things.
Well, that's very cool. So, and yeah, that's all happening here in the city of Vancouver. So if you're from Vancouver,
Totally
come on down, or anywhere from around Vancouver. And it is for 2 or 3 days, so
Yeah,
Yes.
it's Friday through the Sunday, so and it's same sort of thing. I think we're a little more chill time this year, not quite so many speakers, and I think that's.
I'm gonna do more panels and some more entertainment, I think.
that's probably good. It's
Yeah.
hard to find the sweet spot on these things.
It
you
really
know?
is. No,
Yeah.
for sure. And I mean, I think we did okay last year, but I think we're definitely gonna take from that and just do it a little bit better.
Yeah, the part I
Yeah.
enjoyed the most about the cup last year was when everybody was just laughing at the comedy. It wasn't, learning about what everybody else is doing. It was just getting a chance to just,
Hang
being
out.
equal to each other and just enjoy it.
And one more time, what was the venue for this?
Sorry.
One more time, what was the venue?
It's actually at Vancouver Art and Leisure, which actually had a fire yesterday, and
Oh.
so we
Guys,
heard about
quit
it.
smoking the building.
No, it wasn't.
no.
No, it was
Just-
actually arson. Somebody lit the porta.
Yeah, they're trying to smoke the building. You just can't
No,
do
it's
that.
Right. So
Ouch.
But
anyway,
it
so
will be
actually,
fixed,
they're
though.
like it's because they're not at fault. They have the proper insurance and everything. There was basically I was reassured very quickly actually yesterday that things
It's
are
not gonna
still
be a problem.
go.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay,
Like it is in
okay.
2 months. So like, you know, because like, of course,
Right.
obviously that's the first thing. You're like, oh shit, now what do we do?
Yeah.
Right? Because they are a fantastic venue. They're a great team. And they actually have a GoFundMe to help them get going and keep their staff going too. I don't have the exact address, but
don't tell
if you
anybody
wanna
we'll be
support
smoking in there.
buildings. They weren't.
Vancouver Art. Say the name of it again.
Vancouver Arts and Leisure.
Arts and Leisure.
Yeah, and so so if you know, they do good things and they let people peacefully conglomerate and do things that we want to do, and you know, and so I really.
That sounds like community building.
It's
That's
completely
gross.
It's kind of,
So gross, guys.
yeah, ew, yeah. Let's work together. Ew.
Know your neighbors.
What? Help each other out. Shit. No. They're really good. They're really good people, and I love what they're doing for us. And I don't know.
That's
if we can
awesome.
help, right? Because they had a fire yesterday, and that sucks. You know.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so they're probably out of commission for about a month, I'm told, but I can for February.
There you
That's
go.
all right.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of venues that are friendly to our community.
Not at all.
No.
They've been very, very supportive, you know. So
And these guys have been really good about it.
Yeah, and so I think you got to take care of, you know, people who do that kind of thing for us, you know.
Definitely.
Plus, all you guys were really good tippers last year. The staff
No,
really
they're
liked
really
that,
thrilled
so
about
they
that. They're like,
appreciated
"What?"
it.
Yeah,
That's
they're-
funny.
No, like it was nice because we got to change their mind about some people too. It's like they'd envisioned of what a stoner event would be like, and then all of a sudden, like when I kept telling them too, I'm like, just buy some snacks, man, have some snacks behind the bar, you'll make a mint. You know? And
I
they're
mean, like we were talking
no,
earlier.
we don't do that next year. Yeah, so I think we're gonna, and also coffee.
Yeah.
Anyways, but they were fantastic people, and
Did you guys see what happened in California not too long ago, just over the holiday here?
with the.
Legalization is now recreational in California is now legal.
Beautiful.
So,
Officially.
Yeah, but there's like Neil just said, a lot of tax. But still, it's a huge step in the right direction.
That's only
It's
statewide. That's not a federal thing.
not federal. And
Yes.
Jeff Sessions, the Attorney General, came out and said that he's throwing all the rules out, all the Obama era things that were good. He says those aren't valid now. He's going back to the George W. Bush days.
Yeah,
So-
the official press release actually that they put out on this, I have to read this.
This is the Sessions one?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the official press release on the Sessions thing.
What's this?
They're announcing a return to the rule of law. And that was the phrase that just blew my mind. The rule
jeez.
of law.
The sheriff is back in
Marijuana,
town.
Right? Like, it's just, it's so
That's not a
pathetic.
joke in America. Our friends Adela Falk and Dennis Boisvert, who are from POW 420, they work with people that are in prison for 25
Yeah.
years, life, without parole.
Yeah.
No,
For
it's
doing
brutal.
things that we take for granted.
Oh, yeah, big time.
There are
Well-
people that are repeat offenders for personal use, and they are now in prison for 25 years without parole.
Yeah, and even in a place like California, where it's now legal recreationally, if Sessions and these guys are cracking down on people,
Yeah, but
that means
that's just statewide. That doesn't mean like the federal government can come in at any time and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
swoop everything up and arrest whoever
That's
they
what
want.
I mean.
That's what
it's just like they
that's
could
what
pick
the
them
law
off.
is.
Yeah,
And to return to it,
it's a war
literally means
between
that.
the states and the federal government themselves. And I and their own people on the radio. I heard the mayor of what was it, Seattle?
Governors.
It was the
Wasn't
mayor of
Governor
Seattle.
Washington? No.
I thought it was the mayor, and it was on
yeah, maybe,
CNN.
yeah,
but we
yeah,
were
it
listening on the
was.
radio because it was in the car on Sirius satellite radio. But yeah, the mayor was saying that this is not something that they want to do. They want to be in sanctuary city as well, and so they're already in a fight with Sessions for some shit for that stuff. And basically, they're now in a fight again because they don't believe that it should be this way, and they're sticking by their guns on state laws. So dispensaries are going to open, and they're still going to treat it. And state governments are basically now at war with the federal government on these issues because there's a lot of states who have come really far on this. They've made a lot of rules, and
Oh yeah, the governor
they're not
of
just gonna-
Colorado's just furious about this.
Oh, yeah.
Furious. And like you look at how much money the state of Colorado has made in the last year and how much that money has directly gone back into infrastructure, into schools. Like you're helping the entire state.
They're
You also
ruffling a
need to
lot of
understand
feathers.
that the judges that are standing behind those laws also have shares in privatized prisons, and these prisons are the
Right.
slave labor that are driving their pocket.
It's
and a
true.
lot of people don't talk about that in Canada because they don't seem to understand that I believe it's 2/3 of our prisons are privatized. They just don't give these people the right to be able to be found. For people like Adela and dentists to find them in Canada. So it's an unspoken thing that some people are put away to be slave traders right here in Canada. But it's more so in America than anywhere else in the world.
America has a lot of private prisons.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Groups like the Geo Group are huge companies, and they are public companies that people can invest in on the stock market.
Absolutely.
And
they do really well.
Yeah, and it's really sad because they're incentivizing putting people in prison by allowing these companies to be able to exist. Anything that actually, does harm to people, like prison, if the government does anything, it should be taking care of prisons.
All those made in America
stickers
you see inside T-shirts and socks, those aren't, hard-working Americans on the outside. Those are hard-working Americans on the inside that are seeing pennies for their labor. And a lot of them don't ever get out again. People like Jeff Mazansky are lucky that they got out at all. And he made, $10,000, $15,000 tables for a living for about $5 a day. With no questions asked. No medical.
It's like a fucking science fiction movie like RoboCop or something. Right. Like the private prison system. It's like, they're going to soon have these robots taking care of everybody and shit. Like, no, that should not be like that. There's too many evils in business.
In that context, it totally makes sense why Jeff Sessions wants to return to the rule of law, because the rule of law keeps the prison system going. It incarcerates young people, people of color disproportionately. This is basically a war on the poor and a war on immigrants and a war on anybody who isn't a white American, and it's just disgusting.
Yep. Well, I think these guys are in for some trouble right now, including Sessions. I think there's like 3 or 4 Republicans or even more that have called on him now to resign.
They don't really want to imprison old people. They want young people because they have energy to build these things and make the things that they need to make money.
So in America, if you are a felon, are you allowed to vote?
No.
Because that takes a whole swath of the voting population outright. If they're all in prison, that's...
No, that's definitely part of their game.
I believe here in Canada, once you've done your time, you're allowed to vote again, where in America, you're not.
I believe in Canada you are legally allowed to vote even if you are in jail.
Interesting. That's
I'm not
cool.
100% sure on that. Maybe somebody can correct me, but
do you know
no voting in jail? But once you get out, like, it's not a black mark on your record.
Business as usual, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
You can't get mail in jail. I guess you have to.
This is fine.
Get it through the prison. Well, yeah, no, it's a crazy thing.
They go as far as denying parents that are left after, a relationship is broken up by prison. So say the father's in prison or the mother's in prison. Yeah. They don't get food stamps or the assistance that everybody else would get because they're being punished for the criminal activities of their family.
Wow.
Which is like the most messed up thing ever. And that's why
it's like right under our noses.
Yeah.
People are going out of their way to try and help them in America. Where here it's not quite that bad. It could if we didn't necessarily have people fighting for rights, but
right, like if you don't pay attention, these things just gonna
and crazy shit is crazy corrupt. Because you mentioned judges who have stock in these companies. Yeah. I don't doubt that's true at all. I'm sure that's true. And did you see there was a report not too long ago about this one crazy corrupt judge who was taking kickbacks from private prisons in order to put kids in prison. And he was like, and he did this whole thing. He just kept putting more kids in jail that didn't need to be in jail. They would do like some small thing, like, came home too late once to their home or something. And they like, it's not even joking.
He would put people in jail for like curfew violations?
Yes.
That's
and
messed
for
up.
A whole bunch of stuff. It was insane, this guy, and people were going to jail for no reason. And it came out that he was actually taking kickbacks. And I believe he's now in jail.
I hope so.
Yeah, but this kind of stuff does happen. It's just incentivizing putting people behind bars and profiting from it.
And what's scary about politics is it's not corruption if everyone feels that that's the way you should go with life. Yeah. So if everyone feels you should be imprisoning all the youth and putting them to slave labor, then it'll keep happening until enough people say, hey, this isn't right. You have to stop doing it.
Right.
But it's put in a way where those that are in prison, when they finally get out, they can't vote. They don't have a say.
Yeah.
And that's why it's going to be a long time before that changes.
Yeah.
Right. And that's just one story out of many, but if they're doing it to one judge, you guarantee they're doing it to a lot more.
Well, and I mean, we look at the industry, especially how many former law enforcement agencies are buying stocks in these companies, like who are getting into the weed growing industry.
And that's what it is now here in Canada.
Like, it's just, it's an epidemic, and it's just, you guys fought us for so long. We did all the heavy lifting, and now you're going to come and be like, oh, this is ours again. Like
worse, they're like trying to shut the door behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're nasty, and it's all former liberal government officials or former law enforcement officials or people who were like putting us behind bars.
Were you actually expecting something else?
Yeah. Yeah. People with inside information, of course. Neil pointed out people with inside information, and that's exactly why it's them, because they set the system up.
Yeah, they know all the ins and outs.
Yeah.
Where to get in.
Yeah. Right.
Who to get in.
Yeah.
No, that's not right.
And they have people friends in the high places that can pull the levers in their direction. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that. I'm not sure that's related.
That would be municipal.
Yeah.
If it was being towed for safekeeping.
Yeah.
There's three different levels of
Speaking
politics.
Of my parking.
Oh yeah, your parking.
Parking. Oh look, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a car anymore, so I don't have that problem.
Jeez, I better do it right now. I'm in trouble.
Oh.
Have we been here for 2 hours already?
Are you doing it on your phone?
Definitely.
Like you're paying for your meter on the phone? That's super awesome.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
can do everything with
Wow.
it now.
Yeah,
That's
but
amazing.
I do it on the phone.
I live in the middle of nowhere where there's no paid parking.
If I
You
haven't
just
been
park.
towed
right?
already,
Yeah.
though, that's the real problem. Let's see, when did my parking expire, though?
This is fascinating.
Wouldn't that be
Hard-hitting
awful if you
cannabis.
paid for parking and it's no longer
So
there?
exciting.
4:45.
Oh.
I might have got lucky.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe not.
If not, I'm getting towed right now. I should be able to see out the window, actually.
I can't quite see it from here now.
Yeah, it is within.
You can park there for the rest of the day, no charge.
That's not
Neil,
true.
Would you do me a huge favor? Would you go see if there's a ticket on my car that says, and if it says impound, then maybe I'm gonna get you to move it.
Yeah.
You've driven my car before.
Yeah.
He's good at driving.
Yeah, I trust
Yeah.
Neil.
That was
Yeah.
your first mistake.
He won't fuck it up because he knows I'll kill him. Yeah.
All right, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah. Thanks, Neil.
All right, you're on Hamilton.
I'm on Hamilton, a block up,
You're at the top of the street?
top on the left-hand side, I believe.
Did you give him your phone?
Oh, do you need it? If you do you want to take my key, Neil, just in case? Sorry, this is
Because that would be really bad if he got all the way there and he had to move it.
Right,
and
and then he
didn't
has
have
to come
keys.
all the way back.
That would just be bad.
Mr. Magnuson.
Or funny. Like if there's a recording of it,
Is he
you
there?
could have like,
some irony
Yeah, I mean, we
in
could.
there.
Yeah, we'll just all like press up against the window.
right?
Watch
Make it a really good video.
I would
I'm just
watch
noticing all this beautiful artwork
Again,
against
very
the wall.
hard-hitting cannabis.
All this pot artwork inside their lounge. It's quite
Hey,
nice.
Neil,
Look at that. Just sit there.
just tell me where you
ready
moved
to be
to.
looked
Just
at.
get the meter
Chilling.
number.
Just chilling.
We're not stoned at all.
Okay.
I did not smoke several joints, distillate, rosin, and
Someone's saying
shatter.
driving is fun when no one is on the road. Yes, that is actually
What?
the only time I ever drive. I don't.
Oh,
Vancouver
agreed.
driving is an interesting
It
thing.
seems like it would be really terrifying, and I take a lot of
There's
cabs,
always-
and I see pedestrians jumping out.
That's the thing. There's
in the
always
dark.
humans in front of your car.
Yeah, like what the hell is that?
In-
Vancouver, get on the sidewalks.
In
like,
Nanaimo, there's no humans running out on the
No,
road.
no.
Here in Vancouver, that's all the road is. There's humans in it. Yeah. They're always out there.
goddamn humans.
And it's because also the way the roads are set up, when you take a left or a right, there's always a crosswalk in front of your way. So you got to like wait for them every time. Sorry. We got off on a tangent here. We were supposed to be dabbing off that thing.
Yeah,
Should
and
we-
you guys didn't start
Yeah.
dabbing,
I did,
but
and then I didn't.
Miranda got bored of
No, I
it.
think it's
Here, would you like?
all
Would you
on
did?
you. I feel like
Okay, here.
everyone-
You can. I'll do one.
I don't think I should smoke any more weed, but I'm going to just because we're on
Gotta
pot
power
TV.
through it, right?
Exactly.
Right? Like,
We
come on,
are,
Penny.
The
How
crowd
often do you
demands
need to
it.
smoke
That's
this
right.
much
The
weed?
viewership demands it.
Pretty
Like when our
often
kids
ain't
grow up, they're gonna be like, "Oh man,
They
our
get really
parents
upset
were so
in the
cool.
chat if we're not smoking weed.
having
Really?
to smoke
They do,
weed
right?
Do
when
they
they
like
worked."
threaten to riot
Oh,
and
man,
throw over the
the
tables
horror.
if you're not
First world
fucking
problems.
smoking
Don't ever-
constantly?
Let them try it. I want to see it happen. Everybody, throw over your tables.
I do not endorse this table flipping.
Why not?
So on the topic of you're saying picking on the poor, it's not necessarily the poor. It's picking on those that cannot find representation, who cannot grasp enough of the law on their own to self-represent.
Yeah.
And in the last 7 years, I have done 5 complete trials that have worked in my favor, and one that I'm currently in, which I suspect I will win quite graciously.
Wow.
And I have done some with a lawyer, and some self-represented, and some half and half.
Do you advise doing it self-represented, or do you think like
Absolutely not. No, I do not. That was so terrifying.
Really?
My friend Dennis actually flew down from California and threw my box together with my partner. And I just kind of stood up in front of that judge and went, I am out of money, sir. And he went, well, I can see that you are. Well, it's really hard, and there's definitely some things that a lawyer would catch that you may not off the top of your head because you're just not a lawyer.
Is it good to
but
go?
It's a very hard process, and like I said, if you don't know the law enough, if you don't have the right representative, if you don't have a representative, it's very hard. And there were parts of that journey where other people I was with or myself were facing, criminal charges, jail time, and because we had the right info or we did the right research or because we had the right person by our side, we got away with it. Or we were able to, prove our innocence. But without that person or that piece of advice, we would have been, put in a really tough situation. And it's hard. And those are big things we were facing, and a lot of it is court ordered not to talk about. That's why I'm trying to be as vague as possible, which is hard, right? When there's a publication ban out of on 3 of them, it's like, oh great, how do you describe that to people when you're trying to have a conversation? It's very hard, but definitely there were times where if we just didn't have that one piece of information, we would have been facing a couple years, or the loss of being able to have someone in our life. It was really crazy, and I don't wish that upon anyone.
We had David Malmo-Levine on the show earlier, and he is also self-represented. He did it at the Supreme Court, though, I believe. Yeah. Which is crazy. But, I don't know if he would advise it either, but...
We were at Supreme as well.
Mars Rock. Mars Rock? What is it?
It sticks to the wall, I don't know.
Oh, it looks disgusting. I don't know what that is, but here, let's get the camera.
Yeah, we did a combination of Supreme or civil in Supreme Court, and then we did criminal as well as family. And it was quite a rough go. At one point, I fled the country and was in Mexico for a little while, and they were like, we're coming to get you. And I was like, good luck, come get me here. And of course, they didn't. They said I would eventually have to come home, which I didn't.
Which you didn't. But you did anyway.
I did eventually once the case was over, and they were like, we kind of needed you. And I was like, I was kind of in Mexico.
Yeah, well, I guess you can't always fight it out in court. You got to sometimes...
Unfortunately, because the first time I made it so I wasn't available, they made sure that I had to be available for the next ones. It was quite the ordeal. I wish I could write a book.
Well, one day you probably will.
Right, if I do it just before I die, right, and then publish it, they can't come back and be like, oh, you published something you shouldn't have. Come and get me.
That's probably true.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, make sure you have it then at all times, ready to go. Because,
Oh, this is Bishop Pax has got quite the serious reply to that.
Which was what? Where is
just read it. It's just like dun 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 dun. Oh, no, I'm pretty sure the province of BC and the federal government's not quite that rough.
Yes, there's some topics you just can't always talk about publicly because they would make. There's certain groups who don't want you to.
Right.
I have seen court orders broken though, and watch courts not do much about it.
Right.
They were like, yeah, you guys should probably not do that. Oh, okay.
If somebody complains, right?
And how they complain.
Yeah.
Right.
And if they have the right representation complaining for them. It's all, like I said, it's quite interesting.
Yep. Well, we don't need to talk about that because we got lots of other things to talk about. But again, the Mom Cup is going to be super, super dope.
Oh, right. Mom Cup.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that thing.
See, this is why we're having a party, so that we can, relax and have some fun and, celebrate, weed
and Neil says no ticket, so that's good.
Yay, no ticket.
I know you guys were really excited for the thrilling conclusion of that tale.
Yeah,
so.
I know. Everybody needed to know.
Yeah.
Well, we spent enough time
on
it.
They
All right, well,
they're
we're
ruthless.
still here in 2 hours,
They
guys.
don't even care.
This place, they really, they love me.
Oh, yeah, they must make thousands and thousands and millions of dollars towing...
I don't know about that much, but...
It's millions, damn it. Millions.
Hi, Cindy.
It's $40 every ticket.
She's giving us love hearts.
Cindy.
So I'm waving. I know she can't see me, but I'm waving.
Yes. So, do you guys know how many entries or how that whole side of it's looking?
She would know better.
Oh man, so we did this earlier and it took a while because we were pretty high. So this is round 2. So we have the High Guys.
Yeah.
We have BudBuddy.biz.
Yeah.
We have Turp Fire. We have Sunshine Rosin.
Oh.
We have Mary Jane Mail. We have...
Miss Envy?
Oh, yeah, we have Miss Envy.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
They were
Lot
first
of names
person
here.
to say they were entering this year, so that was really cool. Yeah. They were the last people to enter the last year.
So, and wait a second, how is it done? It's not blind then? You don't...
this time it will be blind.
Oh, okay. So you won't know who's who.
You won't know who's who until the very end.
I gotcha.
Oh, look, we have some applause in the background. Look, yay! Woo!
Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to, and we're also doing electronic voting this year as opposed to hand done.
Which is how we can do the online judging.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, there's more people in this list. We have Lady Green.
Oh, Lady Green, yeah.
They've come back again.
Yeah.
We have Gastown.
Okay.
They're coming to the cup and to enter. Who else is entering?
I don't know.
I should remember.
More too, you know.
No, there's more, and I should remember. If I grab my phone, I would probably come up with more names.
That's quite the roster.
Yeah.
Brain.
Sounding good.
But there's more. Why can't I? Oh, Flawless! Flawless!
There we
Man,
go,
that was
Flawless.
bad because I forgot that one last time too.
And that is just like 2 dudes. Yeah.
I guess we just smoke more pot. You know, maybe let me think about this more because there's definitely more people. I know there is for sure.
The list is long.
It is. Yeah, no, it's looking good.
And so, is there this is something that people have to basically be in the contest to get the pack, and then they'll be testing them all. So, but is there a place on the website where all the entrants will be, or is that just to be kept secret until the day of kind of thing? Besides you just
there'll be a list of who has entered. It won't say if it's flowers or extracts. I mean,
I see.
It's interesting because some of the extract companies are also entering flowers, so it'll really be hard to guess, I would think. And then once we know, or the computer tells us what who the winners are, then we'll go from there, and it will be posted.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. And I got the chat back up here now, and I
chat's
see
back up?
Chat's back up. Well, we got the YouTube chat up here, but I have the Facebook chat now here.
What's
and
the
I see
Facebook
Carly
saying?
Marley is watching.
Oh,
Carly
hi,
Marley's
Carly.
out there watching. Hi, Carly Marley.
Why can't I think there's more
Where is
people?
Carly Marley?
I don't
I think
know,
she's
you're
down.
I should just
She
grab
might
my
be
phone,
in this
right?
building down in the basement.
The call is coming from inside the house.
Oh, she sent a message too. Tell the viewers I miss and love them and wish I could have been in.
Oh, they miss you and love you too, Carly. They were saying earlier. Yeah.
Come if you're in the building, you should come up.
Yeah, if you're in the building.
Come up. I'm sorry. Sent her a message, so there you go. Yes, Carly Marley. She didn't do a Monday show. I think they're taking a few days off.
Yeah. No. Well, it's
Why are they
For the
taking
holidays.
time off?
And this is the first Friday of 2018, isn't it?
It is. It totally
I
is.
guess
So this
so.
is the first show of the new year.
Hopefully a better year than 2017.
2017 was. it was
Yeah,
not
we
bad.
get claps for that. Okay.
There was some good, some bad. It was, there was some ups, some downs.
There
it was pretty
some
crazy.
Weinsteining. There was some,
There was a lot
some
of that
sessioning. I
kind
don't
there was
know.
some Trump stuff.
There was
and,
a lot of Trump stuff.
Yeah, there was, but I'd say overall there's good and bad in
Yeah.
every year. You can't blame the year.
Yeah.
Really.
But like 2018, this is supposed to be the year of legalization.
Oh yeah, we'll see about that.
Right? Like, I love
Yeah.
Trudeau saying, I don't know where July 1st came from. That's just a name or a date that somebody made up. I'm like, your government said you'd legalize it in July. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they'll really crack down on organized crime.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I think they're talking really tough, but I don't know how they're going to enforce laws after legalization happens. How are they going to really, enforce it more? Like, I just don't understand. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, it doesn't, because it seems like a lot of the problem, the drug war, the organized crime perhaps element of all of this, where was that money to fight that before? It's the $274 million earmarked for enforcing legalization isn't the pre-existing crime. It's us. It's us, the people who are going to be new consumers, the people who are entering the marketplace in a different way. Like,
well, they say that if you don't get it from the LPs or whoever it is that's licensed to do it, then the pot's going to be illegal. And
Right?
they'll be busting the people who are selling illegal pot, I'm sure. So that's us.
Yeah.
You know, and all the people out there, the dispensaries and
You can grow legal pot, absolutely. You just have to pay us a shit ton of money in perpetuity, forever and ever. Like, it's so greedy and dishonest.
Yeah.
It makes me feel gross.
Well, and it seems like each provincial government's doing something different. So we'll see how. We'll see actually what happens.
It'll be it will definitely be interesting
Places
to see
like
how the
Ontario.
different models are going to work. Like
It's
Ontario,
going to be a war zone in Ontario because there's a
Ontario
lot
just
of
makes
dispensaries
sense.
there still, and they're going to have to go and shut them all down by force, with force.
and they were saying what 150 dispensaries in all of Ontario total.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make any
By
sense.
yeah, by 2020. Yeah, it's crazy. What are you drinking, Mr. Cookie? It looks delicious.
yeah.
Beet juice.
Beet juice.
Do you know you can go down to Nuba and go get beet juice?
I did know that. Yeah.
Right? A
It's
little
from
bit of
Nuba.
ginger.
I don't mean
maybe
to be
some orange.
You like the
indelicate,
Nuba.
but does it turn your urine pink?
It turns my urine pink, my stool red.
Everything.
Really?
Everything.
See, I don't eat beets because
It makes toddlers squeal.
So
I eat them because I like Dwight Schrute a lot, and
You've met my son. Can you imagine him squealing? I'm dying! Like, no,
Yeah,
you're not. You ate a
Start getting
beet.
worried. Oh, thanks, Neil. I appreciate that, Neil.
yeah.
I did. Yeah, I gave myself more. Yeah, thanks.
more time for the parking.
Probably should
Yeah.
not be smoking any more weed, but it's still here.
I shouldn't smoke it either.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. I like that T-shirt you got there, Mr. Cookie.
Oh yeah, that's a
It's
classic.
nice. It's very cool.
It's like the '70s kids shirt.
It's like the ball player
Yeah.
with like yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what we're
three-quarter
calling those
length
these
tee.
days? Is a 70s kid shirt? I don't know. I didn't know any 70s kids with cool cannabis culture shirts ever.
Well,
CC style.
whenever I think
Like-
of like old yearbooks, I always think of like a platinum blonde haired kid wearing a shirt just like Mr. Cookie's, but without the CC on it. But
see.
that's the
I
CC
get what you're
version.
saying
Oh,
now.
the 3/4 length.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where I don't even know where that one came from. Is that,
So-
who made that?
Davy Street.
Oh, Davy. They have their own special thing going on over there.
I think Hastings has them. This one just says like Davy on the back.
I love
of the
that
thing.
shirt. I want
Here, I'll
one
show
of-
you.
I need one of my
Oh
own.
yeah, we've got to
The
get
one on
the
Broadway's
whole
pretty cool, too.
360 here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Broadway's got some awesome stuff going on. That's because Marijuana Man. Oh yeah, that's Davy
Nice.
420.
That's brilliant. I
Dun,
like
dun,
it.
dun, dun. That is
So
a dope
are any of the
shirt.
people in your chat room like from Vancouver or can make it to Vancouver?
Some are from Vancouver.
Hey, there's Dennis right there. Yeah, naked women smoking marijuana in your dreams, Dennis.
Yeah, chatters.
In Dennis's dreams. Oh goodness.
It's always a good dream.
I'm gonna get scorned for that later, but whatever. That was
That
a good
is
laugh
funny.
for me.
No, the chatters are all saying no, not me. Oh,
Nope. Oh
Yeah,
yes.
going to the-
Who's that one guy,
I'm going
Josh?
to Facebook chat.
Yeah.
And
Hello, Ontario.
Thomas is there. Hi, Thomas.
Is that Murray, like our Australian Murray? It's a song. Sure it is, Dennis. Sure.
Sounds
Born
like
in
a good
blushing
song.
Vancouver
for
does
you.
that count? Yes, being born in Vancouver counts. I think. I
Was
wasn't
born
born in
there.
Vancouver, but I guess I'm from here now.
Yeah, we have a lot of people watching from outside of Vancouver.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, somebody
well, a lot of
ate
people
pickles
chatting.
in Vancouver one time.
Ate pickles?
Okay.
That's what it says.
So you have one person that's local that said yes.
So far, one.
So far, yeah,
So-
all of. Oh no, I think there was
Murray-
one before.
Murray said yeah.
It was there two locals?
Yes, Murray.
Okay, so
and,
no, local. Murray's not a local. Murray's from Australia. I asked him if he was Australian Murray because he was laughing at Dennis with me.
That guy's from Lindsay. I was just there. It was
Yeah.
good.
Okay, so our one person in the chat room that is local, if you could just say hey
Silver Lake
and
must be from
send
Cali.
us your mailing address, I will send you a ticket to the cup, but you need to send me a picture of you and your ID, please.
Yeah.
the answer
you
is
go.
420.
Dun, dun,
That's
dun,
true.
dun.
Actually, no, the answer is 42.
But
I
Silver
guess
Lake
that's
is from
close.
Cali, I think.
Yeah.
And then our friends that are in Canada, there's a few of you that are not local.
Oh, C-Ray goes.
Wow, look.
Okay. C-Ray goes loco. When
Of course, it's
they're
the
in
eldest
Vancouver.
ones of the group's trashing the place, right? It's no longer the kids anymore. Tisk tisk.
Loco.
So yes, have fun, Josh. Is Josh the one that was the one that's local? Yeah, Josh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Fulton.
a screen
Okay,
here. Hold
so
on.
the ones that are
Fulton.
from Canada that can't make it, please all say like yes and hi, and then we will give you all a online ticket. But you must send me a picture of your ID, because if you're not old enough, can't do it.
Bum,
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 bum.
Bum.
Does that sound like fun?
It's
Fun
not
is-
working.
Oh.
There's a big square in the middle. Look at the square.
Doesn't
Yay-
work.
Oh, the square's gone.
Don't look
Why
into the
doesn't it
void.
work? It's because it's in Chrome. For some reason, Chrome doesn't work well. Gotta use Internet Explorer.
Little too
Who would've
shiny, I
thunk it?
think.
That's terrible.
Who would have thought that Internet Explorer
Are
is
you
actually
running
good for
Windows
something?
10 on this computer?
Yeah,
So
indeed.
some of the
That's
things that
exactly
people say
why.
are just redonkulous. Like, I'm in a can with a cougar. Does that count? Like, what? Where is this can? If this can is in Canada, then yes, it counts. But like, do you mean like a meow cougar or like she's way too old for me cougar? Because that's a big difference.
I love our
Or
chat.
cat cougar.
That's what I
would be
mean.
okay with the
Meow
cat.
cougar
Oh,
or like a woman who's way
phone.
too old for me cougar. Because like you'll survive the woman that's too old for you. But if it's like a meow cougar, like you should probably
we gotta get-
call
Get
for
out
help.
and probably
Get
not
our
gonna make
homie
it to
on
the
here.
cup.
Yeah, you're not gonna make it to the cup, bro. We don't even know how you're in the chat room still.
I'll be back in 10.
Okay.
I'll be back in 10 and then I don't want to appreciation. Have everybody's time. We love each other.
I think you're such a character that you need to be on Pod TV just as you.
Hey, no. Hey, we'll just chill out. Hey, pause the brakes. I gotta pee. I'm coming. Everybody-
We're gonna get our
Whoa.
friend Curdy Sanchez up here soon.
Shatter phone.
Hey, he put it on the shadow.
The chat.
Yeah,
You
my
guys-
fair.
You guys are
phone
being
is
shat
definitely
talkers.
shattered.
I do.
Shat
It's
talkers.
the Mosaic edition with extra glide because I
Right?
taped it.
You guys are smashing your
You
phones
just
up.
taped it? And that
What do you?
works?
You just
Yeah,
throw
I
it
guess
everywhere.
That's true. Well,
What
I
happened
put
to
some
you?
packing tape on
I
it,
was at
'cause I've
work
done this before.
and my phone was in my pocket and it fell out of my coat.
Yeah,
I don't know
mine
if you
fell
can
out of my
see
coat.
that.
Fell out of the
It's,
coat.
Getting into a car.
Pretty terrific. Yeah.
I'd say that's fully smashed.
It's actually, I'm so used to it, I don't even notice it until people point out, oh, your phone's smashed. I'm like, what are you talking? Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh, I don't see the lines. Neil put a fake crack on his phone so no one would steal it.
Did that work? Do you still have the phone? Yeah.
I
guess. Okay. I mean,
Some of the people in your
But I
chat
said
room
then
are
you have to
not
walk
clear
around with it looking
on
like that.
whether if they can make it or not. So if you can't make it but you're in Canada and you're 19 or older, we can send you a kit to your house.
Right to your door.
you
Literally,
send
it
us
will come in the
Couch
mail.
you're sitting on now, you're getting
and you
stoned
will
there.
get a kit of everything that's competing. You will get a judge's pass that allows you to vote online, and then you'll get a little bit of swag that's like stuff from our sponsors.
How early does the kit
Things
come?
people have-
A couple weeks
I
before?
think it's 2 weeks before the
2 weeks
cup.
before.
Yeah.
That's enough time, ample time to get through the kit.
Yeah, so
Ample.
Yeah, because
Ample.
it's quite big. Like,
I think everyone's smoking just as. Yeah, we don't care if you're in Quebec. So just tell us. Like, I think there's like how many of you?
Quebec is still in
That's
Canada.
Canada, yeah.
How
you guys
many?
didn't
For
separate.
now.
Last time I checked, like we did. You guys didn't win the separation.
Some of them don't think so. Hey,
And
when
it
I was
wasn't
there,
even by that much. I think it was just
the
a couple
police
percent.
told me when I was in Quebec, they said, "This is Quebec. This isn't Canada. You think you're, you think you're cowboys."
You just come into Montreal and open up shop? No, sir.
Oh my
This isn't
Québec
god.
est
Canada.
dans Canada.
That's
C'est
what they told
vrai.
me.
Et je suis sûre.
Yeah, I don't know. Montreal
That was my-
dispensaries is just kind of a ridiculous situation.
I guess it was a bad idea.
And I
but-
think the
Yeah,
reason why
but
some of the Quebecers are asking is because a lot of the times Quebec is excluded from contests and winning things because Quebec wants
Yes,
a
that's
special
true.
tax. And you know what?
It's true.
And it's just
Shove
not
it up
worth
your
it
ass,
to,
government of Quebec. I'm just going to give one of your people something, and you're
You
not
ain't
getting
getting
any.
taxed.
You're not getting any tax. You can go get fuck tabarnak.
This is
Okay?
the black market
this
at work.
ST.
I love it. Like, fuck it.
he says, "Oh, come on."
We're just being friendly neighbors and sending mail.
Right,
Why
it's
is that a crime? It's not. We're
It
just
only
sending
has
some
value
mail.
Flowers.
outside of the province of Quebec, so your
Right?
tax on that is 0% of 0.
Right? Because we're not selling it in Quebec.
Yeah.
It's just
it has
flower
zero
delivery.
value. Yeah.
Quebec.
Someone's written some French, and I think I I actually have a. I have my.
He says the Canadian
tatted up.
title for the Quebecois.
Right. I have a fleur de lis that I got done in.
Oh, she's sporting. She's got the
that was
gang
High
colors.
Times. High Times in Quebec. I don't know if it's still there.
Quebec
but
gang colors.
yeah, I don't know if anyone can see that. But I also have the city of Winnipeg, and I also have my Trillium, and I have some stuff from Amsterdam, and
the three X's.
Pretty damn cool tattoo.
the three magical X's. I have a whole bunch of them. They're, I guess I would call them bumper stickers. And I have the northern hemisphere on one leg, and then the southern hemisphere on the other leg.
I like that.
Yeah, and they'll have
cool.
to be done in the place that I go to.
That's very cool.
They're your souvenirs. I love it. That's awesome.
That is cool.
But Quebec is really cool, and I had a lot of fun there.
And they just need to be chiller about weed. How about
Or like fishing in Quebec.
Or I guess like really just their politicians need to be more chill
Yeah, because the locals are pretty cool about weed.
Travis in Ontario loves Pot TV and 12 High Chicks.
He's in.
Yep. As long as you
Yeah,
love those
you'll be
two
getting
things.
I love how it's got the orange square around it.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not sure.
why it does that.
I think that it just does that by itself.
Does it do it for like
Cool.
maybe
Maybe-
every
cool word.
live
Maybe
thing
Travis did that
referring
somehow.
to itself?
I don't know, but I think when you type Pot TV, it does it.
Only cool words.
They City makes great videos.
Oh, I'm yawning. I'm falling asleep over here.
Stop
See, I'm glad I
falling
got it.
asleep.
Really? This, you need more coffee.
Infused coffee. Yeah.
Infused coffee.
That's
It's kind of like the
reverse.
best of both worlds. Like, I'm kind of awake, but I'm super chill.
Yeah. I know. I get really. Uh-oh.
Wait, you
Oh,
need some
no.
caffeine.
What is this?
Countdown
what
to
that
goodness.
is.
Do you see that? That's
Change.
hilarious.
Goodness, boys.
Change
I don't-
time.
Goodness gracious.
It always does this. Pick a time tomorrow.
Like, do it after all the shows are over, so no one
Yeah,
will care.
5 a.m.
Oh, that's pretty early. But yeah, I guess
Someone
so.
could be here though, making a show the 5 a.m. thing.
Right? The 5 a.m. special.
It won't
The
change.
real wake and bake.
Oh my gosh. I'm up at like 3 in the morning because I have a baby.
Or you could just press.
And there is no
off.
wake and bake.
It
It's
won't
it's
do
wake
it.
and bubs.
Oh, I don't know.
I think you're good.
Baby bub.
Sorry, our computer's
Yeah.
just asking for an update. I don't think that they can see that.
Does that all the time.
Yeah.
They know I'm screwing with buttons.
Yay, technology.
Yeah. We always do a lot
We're
of
very
that fun stuff
we're
on the
very
show.
serious professional career here. So,
Oh, very.
yeah.
So
So all of these people in your audience, you have until like the show is over to write me an email at moon@12highchicks.com and you will get a online passport. Remember, you have to send me a picture of you and your picture ID.
what? So that's what's going on?
Have you not been paying attention this whole
Wow.
time to what we've
How
been doing?
much weed have you smoked, bro? I've been doing this since 11 a.m. and you're
All
like,
of them.
what is going on?
Wait,
What?
online ones or just the local ones?
The online
So
judges.
your one and only local
Yeah.
has got a ticket.
Yeah.
He's coming to the
your
show.
one and only.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
Jostle.
coming.
From
And then your
somewhere
one and only winner to get their flights is send me the info, and then everybody in the audience right now, until we turn this.
This is like
in
Oprah.
Canada.
It's in Canada that
This
is
is like
19 or
Oprah.
older and will prove it to me via ID and picture, gets a free online judges pass.
That is insane.
Or even in the audience, maybe.
That's fully Oprah.
Oh, look,
Yeah,
look
we
at this!
do
I
have
love
some
this.
audience. Oh yeah, we
But
do
you're
have an
local though,
audience.
right? I'll give you a local ticket.
We have the local audience.
And you're old enough.
I want to be entering the
This-
12 Hot Chicks.
This sounds good. I have a ticket for you. I will have to go next door. My shop is literally right next door.
So
you
you're
guys
like-
are 307 and I'm 207.
You're like the weed
Yeah,
Oprah.
so we're,
Yeah.
we're a block apart. Yeah. Is that
No,
how-
it's-
oh,
everybody, everybody.
It's weird because it's in that
chatters
building. That
out
whole
there,
building is 207.
Reach under your chairs. And yeah. Oh, we need that like meme of Oprah doing that, but we'll exchange your head for Oprah's. Yeah.
Could happen.
That's pretty generous.
What
That's
is the
very
best mail order beard category?
Oh, will there be a best mail order beard category?
There should be.
I don't know.
What does that mean?
Is there a mail?
You're gonna
order?
mail in
Oh,
your
what's
beard?
the email again? Can you give them the email address?
Moon. So MOON at 12 High Chicks, and that's just like how you would spell it. So TWELVEHIGHCHICKS.com.
Woo. You guys can remember that much, can't you?
We could also someone could write it for them.
Just
Yeah,
write it
we
in the
are
chat.
That would be
TV.
nice.
We
Paper
could-
and hold it up.
No, don't
Like
do
a
that.
Sharpie. Use a
People
Sharpie.
text me that they
You
send
know
me
you
a
have a
picture and then I
keyboard
have to
in front of
rewrite
you.
it. I'm like, oh, why would you do that?
Never.
They're distracted
and
now.
Unfortunately, my
Dude,
Facebook
they
phone
actually
died.
really are. Oh my god.
My beard is too tame. It's actually quite unkempt at the moment, or it's all over the place. I feel like a shagster. I feel like a hobo.
Moon, M-O-O-N, yes.
Yep.
I got that right?
Yeah, you got the whole thing right.
There we go.
Got it.
Guys, we figured
There
it out.
you go, chatters.
There's the email address for you in the chat.
Jair's beard is too tame. I don't know. If we're having a beard contest, then like my husband needs to get in here because he's pretty unruly right now.
Is it long?
Oh, look, you look like you kind of didn't shave the edges there, Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan's got.
Do we have a best
he's got a
beard
good
contender?
goat.
Neil's got like a little like I don't know what you call that, a chin kiss.
Neil has a soul
It's a
patch,
soul
but it's in a
patch.
different spot than usual.
And then what do you have there, Neil?
Yeah.
Neil and Neil.
Neil and Neil. We got the Neil and Neil show.
The Neil and
Yeah,
Neil
exactly.
show. That's
but you
brutal.
kind of his is there and yours is here, so you guys could switch and like mix
Brutal.
and match. Yeah, put them together and you have almost half of a beard. Yeah. Yes, yeah, that's what we do more of. We should do more of on Pod TV. Is
More beard judging?
Yeah, beard
We'll have
judging.
like a
Beard
best beard competition every week.
Well, obviously that's what the audience wants.
I guess.
They're looking for beards.
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm out.
Mr.
Oh,
Cookie, I know what's
yeah.
going on. Where's the
One of
Mr. Cookie? Had
A little
huge,
bit, but
big,
it's
huge
not
beard
really-
before. Giant, looked like Santa Claus. What was this Don Breer court case about?
Yeah, what's up with
Don't tell
that?
us, you know, like-
Human trafficking, even though he was not at the raid at their Guildford location, and they gave him
Wow.
today about like yay.
They're charging Don Breer with trafficking, even though he wasn't at the location.
They've never accosted him. and
That's
taken
terrible.
money off of him, but somehow
This is in where? Sorry, where was this? Surrey. No, and where was the
Whoa.
charge laid?
No Duck Dynasty
Surrey,
here,
so-
sorry.
He got it in the mail, in regular mail.
Yikes.
Summons and the notice.
That's terrible. That's not
Huh.
good at all. Well, we definitely
Oh
have to
shit,
get-
Carly Marley.
There's Carly Marley. And she's got, look what she's got.
Fresh drink.
Oh, you don't want the camera?
We're putting her on
Why
camera.
not?
Because I've been doing shipping stuff all day.
Oh, she doesn't want to be.
Doing a show, I would have totally gone all dolled up and
I was,
Like,
you know I'm doing
oh
a
no,
show.
I've been working and look like a real human. The horror.
Yeah.
The horror.
I know.
It's rough.
Well, Carly Marley's in the house. She just doesn't want to be on camera. She's a veggie head. He just gave her a beef jerky.
It's good.
Curdy Sanchez. See, I want to get Curdy on cam here because, one, I wanted to get him to introduce his products that he he says big sponsor of 420, and I just wanted to give him some love
Nice.
because he didn't.
There's some love products,
But
a lot of love products are doing. I don't want to step on anybody's toes.
no, you're not stepping on anybody's toes.
Not too many people I don't think have the love beef jerky though.
No, I know you have cool
I'm
products here.
sure that Curly
But-
Marley doesn't need me.
But I also think that you're hilarious as a person, and I just want to get you on camera because I think that the audience will love you because you're funny. Yeah. Yeah. Neil
Things
doesn't
that people
speak
in this chat room are
Spicoli.
very interesting. They're very, very
Oh.
keen on the beards. Very keen.
They like
Now
the
they're about beards.
huh?
It's all.
Um,
This is actually really
Carly,
fun. Smoke a bunch
what are you
of
doing
weed,
now?
get high, and then read
Saying
what
hi.
people around Canada and parts of the world have
sure
to
you don't want
say.
to come and do a bong toke?
Grow
Well,
beard.
while
We got
getting
lots
high,
of
we
You could do a bong toke and we could position it just off cam so people could see the bong.
See the
They could
bong
see the
toking,
like
but
this.
not
Like check it
Charlie.
out. Yeah, like this. Dun-dun,
Somebody
dun,
just
dun-dun.
turn that camera around. You actually look gorgeous. It's
You can get
ridiculous.
right there.
So greasy and all sweaty and doing manual labor all day.
Aww.
Oh,
Woody.
Carly Cam.
No.
She's wearing a cannabis culture sweater. And is there weed in that thing?
I'm working on it.
She's working on it.
Two-step thing here. We
Working on
got
it,
to
two-step.
grind the weed.
Hey, I
Put
gotta
it
put the
in.
weed in the
Weed,
thing
grind,
and then the thing in the stuff.
pour. Three-step, actually.
a beard grower's kit by 12 High Chicks. You guys are unreal. Unreal.
What a beard grower's kit.
Do you know how much weed I've smoked today? Everything you say right now is just more entertaining as you keep going.
Right?
it
So
is
the
fun.
other thing that you should do is like get one of those like chia pets, except like
We have chia pets for
beards.
real. My kids love those. It's ridiculous.
The Bob Ross one.
I saw there's a Bob Ross one. That is so funny.
Of
So my
course
son
there
has
would be.
Ninja Turtle
I wonder
ones,
if Bob
and you can
thinks of
like
that.
put too many
he
chia
would think of
seeds in at one time. So he like had a crust of chia seeds that he grew
Whoa.
new chia seeds on top of. So it was like, it was the weirdest
It
thing
was
to
the
look at.
inception of chia seeds.
It was really neat. Yeah.
Make a Jeremiah
And then it kind of went, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The
That's
Chia
what it
Pets
looks like
are
right
just
now.
unreal. We also
That's
have the
exactly
Hello
what it looks
Kitty,
like
and
now.
then we have
Wait, don't
the
go too far with it.
Halloween
Let
Chia
the
Pets.
let the audience see it. Oh, can you hear? We can move the microphone. Yeah, you're skinny. You can fit. There you go.
See, look, oh my gosh.
Carly's
I
hitting the
saw your
ball.
hand. It's the scandal.
Look, it's her arm. What
It's
if I
her
pull her in?
hand. No.
Yeah.
Bong
Bambi.
tokes.
People might know that you're real. Don't let them know.
It's really Carly. That's really Carly's arm.
That's actually just her stunt double.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's not really her.
It looks a lot like her, but
It's Renee.
On and with messy hair, but I'm actually like dirty right now.
you look great.
Oh, you look fine.
You look great.
Yeah, people
guys
pay
couldn't
big
even
money
tell.
to get that sparkly look. It's like $60 in a powder pack at Mac. Just
red
saying.
hair girl.
And that's here too. Yeah. Well, thank you for doing a bong toke at least. The audience liked it.
They're happy.
Yeah. Always. So Carly's taking a couple more weeks off.
What does
think.
it say on the
3
back of your sweater?
Fuck Project Gator.
Yeah.
And Justin Harper.
Justin Harper. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I would buy that product. That sounds. I don't want a Justin Harper. Ew.
That one wasn't for sale. I think that was just for insiders.
My favorite shirt that's not for sale is Miffed Mondays.
Yes. Yes.
My friend Tracy Curley and I have one of those.
Yes. And Opus.
Poor Opus.
Poor Opus.
I'm very excited to have him do his game show.
Bye, Carly.
Yes, that's going to be interesting. Bye, Carly Marley. Yeah, we are planning a game show up on stage at the Mom Cup. Opus's Pot of Gold.
Pot of gold.
That's correct.
Yeah.
He's only been doing this show at events, it seems.
We're doing it live soon. It's just we're getting it together. It's close.
I have a couple games that activists can get involved in. One is more, I'm going to say, up Neil's alley, and one is more like, I
lawn
guess,
chair sitting and sitting in lawn
Up
chairs.
Neil's alley.
Sure.
Where's that?
Right, there's
That might
something,
be-
and
sounds
then one is
uncomfortable.
more up my alley where it's like adult entertainment. So, like, you know, depending on how brave you are, will depend on whether you go to Neil's alley or Moon's alley.
She's talking about you, Neil.
No, I'm talking about you. Like,
I'm not an adult here? What's going on?
we never said that. You know, if we were to try and roast
Yeah.
somebody, you are the only person
Neil's
that we
not-
could not actually roast. There's
He's not
nothing
allowed
mean
up
to say
past
about
8:30.
you.
Oh, I see.
Does he turn into a pumpkin?
I mean, we
Yeah.
could, are you challenging us? Like, should we try and roast you at this cup? I mean, we can try.
I did make man. He wasn't like
Yeah, well, that's Mick.
Yeah, he's pretty easy.
So, just for the record, in case you can't hear this, they're all talking about how easy McMahon is, apparently.
Were you not there to hear what Mike Rita said?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I don't even think I should repeat it, but it's the one part of the cup that I like strongly remember where he was like,
Oh, when they were roasting Opus?
yeah, and Mike's like,
roasted
Opus fucked me. I'm like, what? Anyways, yeah, I went from there.
That was really funny.
Yeah,
Rita,
like, I don't
Rita
know.
is hilarious.
Do you think you could handle that, Neil? Oh, look, straight faced. Oh yeah,
I mean, Mick couldn't handle it, but I could handle it.
he can handle it. He says it's like a challenge.
Call me all the names you want. I'm good.
Challenge.
We do every day. Yeah.
Make fun of me, please.
He's used to it. He gets cussed out constantly by
The
us.
reason it doesn't work well with me is because I already make fun of myself a lot of times.
Well, you're just so easy to make fun of, Neil. Yeah, everybody's doing it, including you. What's off? Oh, that looks disgusting.
What looks disgusting?
That's the Mars rock.
Mars Rock.
Yeah. Don't put that black thing in a moon category, please.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother, no.
That's
that?
not cool.
I don't know what that was.
Okay.
Interesting consistency.
We'll
That's
get
not
you up
cool.
there pretty soon. Yes. But you know we should get, or he's taking a dab right now, but as soon as he's done his dab, it's perfect timing. Once
He's
it
ready. Apparently he's ready.
dun 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 dun, he can do his dab on air.
Like a hot dab.
Yeah. We need another chair, but Mr. Cookie, I might get you to slide back on.
Let me slide out.
Oh man!
Just so we can.
I wish I could hear these people's voices with like the comments that they make. That would be fun.
There you go. Slide right in. There
That's
you go.
a good spot to be.
Slide right here.
So what are you smoking? I guess you can't answer till you're done the toke, but that looks very pretty. I guess
the rig or the dab?
The dab itself. I guess the rig itself also looks very pretty.
Gramdy. Woo!
So who makes those dabs?
I know I'm very pretty.
No, the dabs.
You should hang out. Yeah, you should hang out here. And he's got his bag of goodies.
I'm the kind of Santa Claus.
So this is Curdy Sanchez here.
Love, buddy.
How you doing? What's up, broski?
I'm doing all right.
It's good to have you on the show. It's been. I don't know why I haven't had you on it before. Now that I think about it, should have happened a long time ago.
Yeah, but it's probably because I was way too high.
Way too really high. What time it is? I
you
feel
are
like I've been out of my house longer than I'm supposed to.
Late time.
Busy.
Yeah.
Hey, but sweet lady, it is pretty pretty.
Yeah, and so he's brought some delicious goodies. Now you did
Chateau.
He gave me some of that upstairs, and I haven't even had any yet. But he's the shatter fairy today.
I'm not sure. We're looking, and maybe I'll come back in a week or 2 or 3, and we'll
I think
talk
you're the
about
only one with a tool.
A contest. The tools was way back.
There's a couple here.
There's some tools. There's some more tools. There's
you guys can use this if you want to.
To put this in before it melts to me.
Right here.
I mean that'll be fun.
Yeah, it was.
Just right on here on the board.
Yeah, put it on the dab board, wherever.
Yeah, there you go. We'll get you a piece of parchment paper for that.
Maybe you can.
Yeah.
Maybe?
So
it's beautiful. Thank you.
It's sticky nicky, and it's just we got this new organic love thing going on. So
that's what the product is, or the organic love.
Well, we don't know. We're kind of we're humming and hawing between a few names, but we're searching for the right name. Love Buds is our right name for our edibles because we Love Buds.
And so this is you.
Yeah.
Love Buds, and your various products here. And this isn't like you didn't pay me for this or anything. I just like you. We know each other, and you're a sponsor of 420, and you actually you were supposed to be a big sponsor of 420 last year, but somehow we left you. I don't know what happened, but you didn't get on all the stuff. So this year we're getting you back in, and I also wanted to just bring you on because you have a bunch of cool stuff like reef jerky. Like I don't know how many people are making this is infused beef jerky.
And it's the OG reef jerky because we were the original gangsters of reef jerky. We were probably never the original gangsters growing weed, but we're probably the ones infusing meat and weed. Probably we were the first one.
And so, how do you infuse it? It's just like
we had a lot of keef. We got a sweet love keef machine that fucking so.
I see.
We extract a lot of the crystals and then.
I don't want to get into any proprietary secrets here or anything, but so you slang this stuff at 420.
Yeah. I didn't do that great that last year, but
you wanted a different spot this year.
I needed a better spot.
It gets pretty busy there though. I think maybe it's just because there's so much competition now. There's so many different booths and everybody's got something that it used to be that. You know.
I think though too it was because I didn't get it's probably my own fault because my graphic designer probably didn't get through to him, so that's why I didn't get on the big screen. I don't know what happened, but and then I had the mud.
That could have been our fault. I'll take the blame on that one. I don't know what happened.
But and I'll take the blame. But the strippers I had that were working for me, they quit at like 2:20. So it kind of was a whole. Everything went south on 420. But we're looking to have a rebound year because that's what 2018 is about.
So what do you got planned for this year? Are you going to be selling the Love Buds down there?
No.
Strippers till 420?
Strippers again?
That's hilarious because the stripper that I hired scared everyone when he first arrived in an RCMP outfit.
Oh.
Before he did the dick painting. Yeah.
Yes.
And some people were like, why is there a cop in here? And then he started stripping down. They're like, we're really, really confused about this cop right now. Right? The big joint that he pulled out of his pants? Yeah.
Just scares the shit out of everybody. Like, hey.
Sometimes you just got to have a stripper, man. It's just
it's
the way
true,
it is,
actually.
right?
A lot of times.
Obviously, you agree with this.
Of course.
But honestly, too, I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag because I'm gonna be the OG on this one too. Curdy Sanchez and Love Buds is gonna have the food truck there doing pot wings, man. We're doing pot wings all fucking 420 in our
Pot wings.
the Love Bud food truck.
Wow.
So
Nice.
look for
How are
us.
you going to get the food truck down there, though?
Because, well, if it's not there, it'll be on the side of the road, and we'll take care of the police.
They might give you some problems. You and I should talk about that.
It's hard to park on that side street.
I'm not sure if they're going to let you. But you know what? If we get you in the parking lot below, we might be able to pull that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just
Why
got to
wouldn't
make.
we be able to? Because it's gonna be a food truck that my
Depends what the fireman says. If the fireman says you guys have a gas powered engine or something, then like a powered a cooker that cooks with gas, you can't do that. So if you have like electrical shit, you can do that.
Well, maybe get some electrical generator.
That's the way to go.
We'll
work it out.
We'll work around the problem. For sure, buddy.
Yes. Well, that's nice. And pot wings.
Pot wings, buddy. We're gonna do the
getting
pot wings
hungry.
this year. I was so sad last year that we didn't get the pot wings in because I'm doing the pot sauce through Love Buds too. But
Love Bud's pot sauce.
yeah, buddy.
And it's like barbecue style.
No, it's kind of like it's like instead of Frank's, it'd be like Danks.
Oh.
Fucking
Danks Red Hot.
Red Hot, it'd be like Red Pot.
Danks Red Pot.
So you eat about 8 wings though, and you're fucking mangoes. Or you put a little on your spaghetti sauce.
I love it.
Or I want to know where I need the torch. Hold on.
All right, he's going to get the torch. That's
A little
funny.
dab will do you then.
That's funny stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
I'm not gonna take up too much time. And see, lady, come. No, come on. I'm gonna come back. Maybe
No, it's all good. It's all good. You're not taking up too much time. And I also saw that it's not just food products, or I mean, baked products. There's also candies.
Yeah, we got some candies. The gummies should be out next week.
Gummies.
I got the research.
And so
lab working good, and I'm also like.
This isn't all like made in your bathtub or something, though, is it?
No. We got a good. We got a commissary facility in the valley.
Oh, okay.
And so
food safe.
Food safe for sure. Buddy.
Oh, really?
I don't have the food safe yet, but I'm gonna go get it. I think next week or the week after because it's maybe in my best interest. But no.
One of these days.
All the people that work for me have the food safe.
It is 100% in your best interest.
Well,
Yeah.
I know it is, but it's
Never hurts.
Hey, what was in my best interest was growing the weed.
Yes. Well, yeah, as long as it's not made in a bathtub or,
No. Hey, it's all made in the commissary. I'm
Right.
not gonna say where it's made.
You don't have to tell. It's
Exactly,
okay.
But it's
We
in the
take-
valley. But it's a food safe.
It's just
and-
like, at farmers markets or baked goods sales and all those things.
Yeah, I
People
see
bring
you
this
two
stuff.
over there.
Yeah. We trust it.
The people on the
We know-
internet
we know
can't
where to
see
find
you,
you
but
if,
I can see you.
Hey, love to the love and Love Pot TV.
You too, brother.
And go get
Thanks
your
for everything,
good
man.
shit from the Cannabis Culture Store. 'Cause
Yep, and go to lovebuds420.com.
I love you, Jeremiah, buddy.
You too, brother. Curdy Sanchez. That's what we're calling him now. He's got 1,000,001 names.
Yeah, well, that's good.
I like that one. That one's funny. So there you go. That was fun. You guys are just like
Good stuff.
Love.
Oh, and he's got his box.
Oh, no, I need some Shatter Blaster right here.
Oh yeah, thanks for the shatter, man. I don't know what I did with mine, but I know I got it around here somewhere. I think it's upstairs. No, you don't. No. I think you already gave me a huge piece upstairs. Oh, you don't have to do that, man. That's awesome. Here, we'll give it out on the show. Everybody gets a dab.
Yes, you should grab that penny. He's actually
here
written
it
me a
is.
message. I should probably do the things.
The winner.
Yeah.
So many dabs.
More dabs.
Right? The adult things.
Oh my gosh. That's
Everybody here gets dabs.
Dabs.
Dabs all around.
Wait. I want my free pass.
Yes. yes. I will get you
What,
your
is that
free
your
pass, I
card?
promise.
I might want to answer.
Yes, I would love that. That would be great. And first prize is $1,000 for each first place winner at the Mum Cup again this year.
1,000 big ones.
Sure it is.
It's cash money.
Nice.
Cash money.
Cash money.
Oh my God, yeah, there's dabs everywhere, you guys.
So we're giving away everybody who's in the chat. If you're out there, if you're listening, chatters, and you want to be part of the Mom Cup, all you have to do is send your email, or what do you send them?
Picture.
Your ID.
ID. You
hold
with
it
your
up
ID to your email address, and that email address.
Or they don't let you smile anymore, right? Your IDs are like.
Yeah, you definitely have to frown.
No smiling.
No.
Only angry faces.
Before you get your kit. After you get your kit.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely send us a follow-up photo.
That is
Let us
totally
know if it was
dope.
all right.
I feel this good, guys. Yeah.
The big smiles.
That is very cool. So send to moon@12highchicks.com. Moon@12highchicks.com, and you will be part of it. That's all you got to do.
That's it.
You're
Easiest
in.
contest you ever won.
That is everybody's a winner. That's amazing.
You get a
That's
kit.
That's seriously Oprah style.
You get a kit. Everybody gets a dab kit.
Yeah. Secret. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Everybody at home, all the chatters have to look under their chair.
And all of the online judges kits come with a handmade spoon pipe from Leash Glass, which is pretty rad.
Everybody is getting just profiting heavily. See, that's what you get for watching this show. Right? When you watch this show, you win big.
Right?
Jeez.
Prizes.
I know. We got to have you,
You
on
can
more
watch.
often.
You can watch all the other shows too, but you don't win this big
more
on them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's quite a giveaway. And I don't even have the Facebook chatters up right now, but I'm assuming some of them are out there somewhere.
On the Facebook, probably.
On
yeah.
the Facebook, yeah. Because my phone died. Oh wait, maybe I have my. They do sit there on
Hey
that.
man, Facebook it's the new TV.
It is. Is this dead too? It's all dead.
There's a charging cord over here.
That sucks that that's dead. Yeah, you
That's
just
a good
charge it
idea.
and it'll become alive again.
I like doing that. Charging is good for things.
I mean, electricity is basically free, so.
Basically. It's still fairly expensive. Electricity. It's not that expensive.
Not in BC.
No, not really.
Ontario, more
Falls from the
expensive.
sky.
It falls from the glaciers.
Yes.
Hydro, baby.
Just free shit. Free
Yep.
hydro.
Hydro. It's water made.
One of your
Old Dutch style.
one of the people in your chat says they're a ghost and can't take a picture themselves. Maybe you could throw some baby powder.
Oh yeah.
And-
Try the baby powder thing.
I don't know. Does
That'll
that work?
Who was that said that? It was
Tammy.
Tame up.
Yeah.
Tame up. Get a picture. Yep. So that's going to be fun. So we have to, and then you guys can basically take part from afar, and there'll be a lot of conversation in the chat about everybody's judges' kits.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But no collusion, guys. Don't form a voter block or something.
They
Yeah,
won't
no
know
voter's
which
block.
one's which this time, right? So they can't. They're just going to be like, I don't know. I got a bunch of samples that are good.
Yeah. Because it is blind.
And you know what's even crazier? Is that your kit, the numbers and letters may not be the same as the next person's kit because your login is unique to your entry.
Really?
So you cannot collude, my friends,
so
unless
cool.
you're really, really good. And if you're that smart, then you need to go down and gamble at the establishments locally because that means you can count cards.
That is some high-tech shit. That is next level.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yep.
can't stuff the ballot or anything. I like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. So nobody can be paid off like, I'm A1, vote for me.
That's right. No A1,
Yeah.
vote for me.
You're going to have to do your shit, guys.
That
I'm
is
sorry.
genius.
I mean.
That
As
is
they say
absolutely
in
genius.
Quebec, do your homeworks.
Did you come up with that, or did somebody that's?
It
Oh,
just,
no, they've been saying
it just
homeworks
happened
for
to be
years.
an option, and I was like, oh, that is so mean.
Yeah.
That
Let's
is
click that
perfect.
option. Click.
That is amazing.
Done.
Bamdi. I don't know why
It
everybody
takes a
didn't
little
do
bit
that.
more effort, but
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
they're
the
all
way of the
unique.
future,
Overall,
man.
it
Way of the
makes more
future.
sense, yeah.
Yep. Damn video game hackers, says Silver Lake. Yeah, because then if you say you're, Extract A company, you're like, go vote for A, I'll give you free shit, And so you just eliminated all that.
You've done other competitions around the world at different times.
And we've also given every
I'm sure that's never been done at any competition.
I'm just saying, I've seen it or thought it up some other places.
And all of our general admission passes are also good for voting. So if you have an online kit and you want to share with a friend, you can share with them.
Yeah.
And they can use their pass to vote. If you come in and you do not have a kit, we will have a booth where you can test the entries and you can use your pass there to vote. If you can't figure out how to vote, there will be ladies there to help you with an iPad or some sort of device to help you log in, and you can choose your answers and do your thing and hand the device back. So if you're having any problems, we'll have people there to help you. And like I said, your samples
sort of a voter assistance.
That is very cool. And Johnny B is now in the audience, so he's got to send in his entry.
He's watching.
Yeah.
Johnny boy, he doesn't know. No, I don't. I think he.
You not heard it, Johnny?
Mom Cup can't wait, says Johnny. John, we're giving away on the show today.
You just have to
all
send
anybody
your picture.
All you got to do is send your picture in, and you get in for free. But I don't. I think Johnny's not.
We usually make him pay double.
Yeah, he has to pay double. Yeah, triple.
Since when?
Yeah.
It's just what we buck John. We got to charge him double.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Just for not showing up today.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not nice. I have
really.
a ticket for you. Don't worry, John.
There you go.
We're going to tell the door guy you need 2
What's
tickets.
that?
There's no room for John in the studio.
I know, Johnny. The studio is so packed there wouldn't have been room for you at all.
He could have sat on your lap. You have a nice lap.
It's true. There's a lot of room on that knee. Yeah. Johnny boy. That's where he usually sits.
Oh.
He does need to. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. That's fine.
I think that he got busy with working. Jeez. What a schmuck.
Working.
What
Not
a
hanging
schmuck.
out with us fools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Disgraceful.
know.
Disgraceful.
Work is for suckers.
Is it? I don't know.
Just joking.
Yeah.
I have 4 kids. They're a lot of work. Then
They
there's
are.
actual work that gives me money.
Work is all I do, so if it's
Yeah,
for
that's
suckers,
kinda how I
then
feel
I'm the ultimate
sometimes.
sucker. But this show is the one, maybe 3 hours a week,
Maybe
where we
3
can just hang
hours.
out and chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
But it is, what time is it? 6:17.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's way past my bedtime.
It's most people in Vancouver go to bed at 8:30, so you're still a little early, but.
No, I
It's
have
not
a very
8:30.
young baby. He is 16 months old, and he gets me up at like 3 in the morning, and around 7, 8 o'clock, I'm like,
Oh shit.
yeah. And there's 4 kids in total, so.
Oh my lordy. Well,
It's a house full.
I
Yeah.
gotta say, if you're up at 3, then rightfully so, you'd be crashing fairly soon.
Yeah.
What about coffee? Is that?
Well, there comes a point where there's not enough coffee to keep me awake. But yeah, I will definitely have another cup. Probably stay up till 8 or 9, maybe 9 if I'm lucky. But he got me up pretty early this morning. He's very cute. He wears rainbows and he's very sweet when he wakes up.
Aw, that's cute. How old is he?
He's 16 months.
16 months, so just a tiny thing though, still.
Dare he be adorable.
Yeah, exactly right. They wake up and you're like, oh my God, I'm not ready for this. And they're like, oh, they're so cute. And you're like, it's okay. We'll get up even though I'm
Don't
exhausted.
eat them when they're young because they're
Yeah,
so
cute.
cute. I totally understand it. I just like to hand them back to their owners when I'm done.
I just don't know how I did the 4 and 5-year-old because they're 11 months apart. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Busy.
Busy. Yeah, and then there's a 12-year-old.
Oh Lord, all those.
So
little
next
chillins.
up on Kid Chat.
Kid Chat. That's
Well,
right.
eventually
Soon we'll bring kids on the show.
they grow up and then they start smoking your weed, right?
Right,
Or you find their weed and smoke theirs. Is that how it works?
We were gonna do a
If it's good.
kids show on Pot TV actually,
Yeah.
hosted by Lisa Kirkman, Mama Kind,
Yeah.
and she was gonna do it with her son, Noah. And we were, I don't know, my idea was like Sesame Street meets Pot TV, We should have had some
you just
Muppets.
wanted to build some Muppets.
I
That's
love
what it
Muppets.
was. Yeah.
Muppets are so
yeah. You
cool.
just wanted excuses
We
for
need
puppetry.
real,
We
real
snuggle up,
life.
I
You
guess.
don't need Muppets.
We need Muppets. Pot TV needs at least one Muppet. Well, I guess if I grow my beard any longer.
Is it Noah an adult?
He is now. I
see.
A while ago. I don't know, but he's
he's now 38.
On these kids' ideas.
I
They
know.
just grow
Yeah,
old.
because now I think he's
That
like
was like
20
5
or
years
21 or
ago,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, it's too late.
I think he was around 15 at the time. So
That probably was. I'm glad that was a bad plan that didn't go through.
Yeah, we were just talking shit. I don't know if it was.
I'm glad because
Yeah.
that's not good.
David Malmo Levine would love it.
I realize that, but like,
yeah.
see, pot talk with us is not a criminal offense, but like, isn't it like 14 years in prison for like giving pot to
Yeah.
a minor right now or something
know.
insane? Like, I don't even want to look at my child high right now. I'm terrified because of what the laws they
And
put
to be
in.
honest, it's like, should you be selling any kind of substance of any mind-altering, quality to a kid without their parents' consent? I don't know. As a business owner who's, well, right, over 16 is probably a little bit more fair, yeah.
What I'm just not sure of is this law apply to, like, say, if my 12-year-old child is sold a marijuana cigarette from a 13-year-old child, is that 13-year-old going to be put in a position where they're facing 14 years in prison?
Right.
That's where I'm
Yeah.
not clear,
Well,
and I feel like that's
No,
not
minor to minor is
good, 'cause,
okay,
like,
but
if she's going to get it, I
adult
don't
to
think she
minor
will,
bad.
but, I mean, she's going to hopefully get it from
Well, I
another
think
minor,
it's still
not an
14
adult.
years is the max for anybody you sell to, not just minors. So even if you just give it to another person, it's
Really?
that.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
obscene.
Even if you just hand it to them, like you're
Well,
not profiting it off.
I think you got to.
Well, I guess
If
we're
I
going to
pass a
stop
teenager
sharing.
a joint.
yes.
Depends where you are.
Technically,
yeah. Saskatoon,
if
yes.
you gave him 25 pounds, then
Well,
maybe.
why are you
Like I'm
giving
never
that
gonna
much
give
away?
that away.
Yeah,
Crappy.
stop being so nice,
low
Jeremiah.
mids.
It'll be challenging.
No.
It happens and they will lose again.
That does
Yeah.
happen sometimes. People do
In
donate
answer to that
25
one
pounds.
question, are they that harsh if you
Things.
give a minor
420?
alcohol? No, they are not. It is fines for giving alcohol to a minor or obtaining it for a minor.
Exactly.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like a little fine if you get caught
It's like a
bootlegging for a kid.
$680 fine if you supply alcohol to a minor right now.
Wow, 680?
That's a lot of shekels.
That's still pretty steep, but
Well, that versus 14 years in prison.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, no, that doesn't-
that's a big leap.
I think I'd go for the fine.
And like how many of those fines do they give out?
Really?
Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
Think about it. Consult with my lawyer
oh,
first.
okay, this one here is saying no, we're allowed to share up to an ounce with anyone in public. I don't know. New law. New law where though? What country?
Maybe that's true. I'm not
Probably
sure.
America.
I don't know if that's all set in stone quite yet.
Well, it
Set
definitely
in
isn't
stone.
in Canada. No.
No.
Nothing's ever set in stone. Laws can be changed overnight.
I sit back and get pretty stoned, but
According,
that's it.
according to Kirk, the 75 pages that the government has released, the latest round of their, whatever stage we're in of their legislation they're building, looks pretty good. And it has allowances for micro growers, for processors and other things. So some of it's looking better. It doesn't look like it's going to be all just crazy, just a few LPs, just these big corporations that you need $5 million to start one. It looks like they might actually give licenses out to other people. That's what Kirk says. So who knows?
That's good.
Kirk's
Sounds
good. He knows.
We would, we'll see.
We hope that's what happens.
But remember, that's just their proposition paper. That doesn't.
Oh, that's
mean
funny.
that's set in
Someone's
stone
asking how
either.
much if a minor supplies you.
And how much do you get if you supply
That's a good
a minor
question.
with a med-tainer?
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't John.
Yeah.
Yeah, John. That's 13 years for the med-tainer.
Yeah.
A grind.
Pretty sure they give you
14 if
extra
it's
for
a
being a smart ass,
non-branded
right?
or
So like we've all hit the
off-brand.
smart ass remark right there, right?
Yeah, extra.
What?
So were we gonna talk to Neil?
Put Neil
Oh
on?
yeah, Neil wants to come
We
back
did
on.
have
All right,
some
Neil.
other things
I have
to
a nice
talk about
warm
on this
seat. Do you
show.
want it?
I'm trying
Yeah.
to keep us on track,
You're
but
right.
obviously we got really high.
Neil does want to talk about his cannabis substitution
Yeah.
project, so we better let him get started now. and
There's apparently a hockey
he'll be
game on
done in
tonight,
less than
so
an hour.
Hockey game.
Yeah.
Oh no.
right?
I'm just joking.
We can't interfere with
Air
our nation's
Canada?
pastime. That's just wrong.
They can watch two.
Canada's playing Sweden 0-0 last I heard.
Only one thing.
Ooh.
1-0
Nice.
Canada.
Oh.
Nice.
That's good.
Oh.
Go Canada.
Oh well, thanks for. I appreciate you giving up your seat there. I thought Mr. Cookie would, but he was. Thank you.
We're all trying to
Moon,
skedaddle.
Who was hooking everybody up today,
Yeah.
big time on the show.
Yeah, make sure
You guys are all
to
now-
send your emails if you are in Canada and are of 19 years of age.
You have 60 seconds left. Dun, 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 dun. I thought it was to the end of the show.
No, it is till the end
The
of the
show is over in 60 seconds. Neil?
Tell us about the Cannabis Substitution Project.
All right. 60 seconds.
All right,
Yeah.
Can you do it?
And begin.
All right, we've expanded to become all over the city now with the Cannabis 420 Farmers Market. It's been a great extension of the project. Well, we're at Robson Square every day with the vendors there that have cannabis edibles available to people if they can't afford them for free. A lot of sales are happening there as well. It's an area of town where people can afford to buy such things. And the opioid crisis is not a downtown east side problem. It's not just a poor people problem or a homeless problem at all by any means. So people need to have access to edibles, in the other parts of the city. And so Robson Square has been the main access point at this point. A great group of people there vending cannabis and, like I say, giving out over about 100 edibles every day to people that can't afford them.
That's great.
So that's awesome. And it's the latest thing, and this is what we're going to do now, is we're going to start popping up these farmers markets in other places in the city. We're going to be going to some special events. The Lift event that's coming, we're going to have a farmers market going on outside of that. Nice. So that's really cool.
Yep.
And, anywhere where there's crowds and an event, we may just have a tent there, making cannabis available to people.
Awesome.
That's fantastic.
It's also, of course, a protest.
Wow, you did it in 60 seconds. What do you know?
Is that it?
Right on.
Wow.
And that's it. We'll see you guys later.
Thanks for coming out.
And this farmers market is also a protest against the city regulations and the federal regulations, whatever they might end up being after it goes through the Senate for sure.
Whatever they are, we're protesting.
But the Vancouver regulations about
unless they're good.
Yeah,
even then we'll
no
protest
vapor
them.
lounges allowed and no edibles allowed, and having the proximity laws is crazy. Where we've got liquor outlets, recreational alcohol dispensaries side by side in clusters all over the city, and so cannabis dispensing needs to be similarly treated. Certainly not any worse or more harsh than the alcohol regulations and the way the alcohol people are treated. And until that's the case, we're going to continue to have farmers markets that are unlicensed, and that's what we're doing as a protest.
Thanks. I like it. And there's pop-up shops of every kind. I like pop-up farmers market where you get to interact with your community and bring information to people who may not necessarily know anything about it. No, it's
Absolutely.
great project.
And there was some harassment happening by the city and the VPD against the vendors, and now there's been a moratorium called on that. I guess the chief came out in one of the newspapers, I think the Courier, and said that they were not going to be harassing those people anymore for a while. The city wants to meet with. Well, the city wants to meet with them, and see what we can do. They're not happy that there's unlicensed vending going on, and to be fair, if everything was unlicensed, if a bunch
we're not
of other
happy
vendors,
there's unlicensed vending either. So give us a license.
Exactly. That's exactly what.
Love to apply for this license.
Exactly. If we could reasonably get a license for those people to do what they're doing. I mean, it's been 2 years now that the farmers markets have been happening at the art gallery. Originally just one Saturday a month, and then every Saturday. And now for the last, month or more, it's been every day, sometimes all through the night, Christmas and New Year's.
I'm so happy they're doing that.
Yeah, me too.
That's so amazing.
Awesome.
That's one of the best projects we have in the city that could bring some of the biggest change, and I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
That kind of public show force every day like that is huge.
I think we have good leverage with the city to talk about the regulations that they're imposing on these dispensaries.
I want to keep that going because I don't want those guys to get squished out of there. We should do more and bring more attention to that as much as we possibly
can.
I'm going to be there Saturday. I'm setting up the table in tent. So
nice.
Yeah, Neil's there. We should, get you up on Pod TV's Facebook page, doing some live spots.
We can do some live stuff
there.
From there for sure. I think I'm set up to do that. Sure.
We got to do that. Yep.
Cool. Well, thanks for having me on to say that.
Yeah, thanks, Neil, for coming on.
It's really important that everybody understands that cannabis extracts and edibles are very effective for many people that are trying to get off of opioids and offset the harmful effects of them. And I don't think that many people understand that. They think that cannabis is much lighter substance than what they need for their emotional or physical pain that they're dealing with. But in the case of edibles and concentrates, it really does boost it up to be able to actually help people get through the night without even thinking about having to go through the other route. So,
well, even on a low dose, it modulates the morphine to be more stronger. Anyway,
that's very true.
That helps out in that way too. You know?
Yeah, that's true. We know, and we all here know lots of people that have been on harder drugs and have gotten off it, and thank cannabis for doing that. So, I think it's important that everybody understands that that's a possibility, and they don't have to be stuck down that road of addiction.
Yep. Hit up those hardcore edibles, man. They're crazy. They're crazier than heroin.
Oh,
they can be pretty crazy.
They knock me on my butt.
This is why we
heroin's
don't.
Nothing. I'm just joking.
And we do have to warn people at Van Du when we're giving out
Love that stuff.
care packs with several edibles in the packs not to eat it all.
Don't.
I find out now that there's a fair amount of people that have eaten the whole pack. They eat some, they go home, they don't have anything in their cupboards, and they're got the munchies going on, so they eat it all. But they report, a couple of days of head feeling thick and hanging onto poles and not feeling comfortable at all, and we warn them about that. But I also say, will you do that again?
Stuff,
and they're like, no, I'm not doing that again. And will you continue to use cannabis to help you? Yes, I will. So it's just a learning curve that people have. At least it doesn't kill them like some other substances are killing people these days.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's kind of the point for sure. So
keep up the good work, Neil. You're doing amazing stuff.
Yeah, it should be a good 2018.
You are a scholar and a gentleman and a noble man for all the things you do.
And I know how to pick a winner for the Mom Cup.
A good winner, online winner.
And I'm not only that, but now everybody's a damn winner. So
that's right. We made sure everybody won something.
Everyone's a winner, babe.
Yeah.
And so there you go. And I guess we're wrapping it up now.
Wrap it up.
It's coming to a close.
Close
Mr. Cookie. We didn't get any fire inspector report this show.
I've been away, so I haven't really been around any shops.
Fire inspector hasn't been around to be doing any fire inspections.
Always inspecting for the fire.
We're doing a bit on the show now called The Fire Inspector with Mr. Cookie, the fire inspector.
And what does that entail exactly?
And
if you're a newer viewer like me tuning in for the first time.
He inspects the fire.
I inspect for the fireweed and hash and whatever else might be around.
Yeah.
Making sure that it's...
could be from just local dispensary.
Could just be from a head stash from a guy.
Yeah.
As long as it's like 3 alarm or 5 alarm or 6 alarm, we're good.
Yep. So hopefully we'll be showing off some fire of that alarm caliber.
Man.
Yep.
That's right.
Mr. Cookie. So, Miranda, thanks for joining us as well today.
Thanks for having me.
Flying into the studio.
I walked from downstairs.
You flew.
I flew.
You flew.
Yeah, that's totally what I did.
And thanks to old Pete in the background, wherever he is. Oh, no, that's in the other one. Never mind. I thought
your images in the back say something about American, and
they do.
Why?
No.
They do. Perhaps new season, new year, new graphics.
We should do that.
New background pick.
Thumbs up.
I already have a whole bunch of graphics.
Just freshen it up. They do that on CNN all the time.
Just put like Canadian court cases on those TVs.
I just love this set because I stole it from CNN, and it actually says CCN because this is a real set. Everybody knows that. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. It was fun, as usual. Lots of fun stuff happening all through the week on Pod TV. I think only Tuesday, because Freddie is on or off, and Freddie's not doing a show. I was going to invite Freddie to come and do like a 2018 speculation show.
Ooh.
Like what does he think is going to happen this year? Because we haven't seen much from Freddie, and I haven't seen. Is he still doing his own show?
I don't even think he's doing his own show. I think he's taking a break.
I know.
But I can't say that for sure.
That means we need to get him on the air and pick his brains and see what's going on, just because he's such a good guy for that kind of stuff. We do miss Freddie, so we need some Freddie input. We'll get him soon on a Cannabis Culture News Live. But you can watch shows almost every single other day. I guess it is every single other day.
Yes.
Every single other day?
6 days a week here on Pod TV. There's goodies for you. And I'm not going to go through them all, but I think Boss Lissa might be off for a little bit because she is not producing the show today. There's no boss around today. That's why things weren't probably up to perfect snuff.
Our hearts are also very empty.
We miss you, Boss Lissa. She hurt herself, so she's crippled again on the crutches. So hopefully she'll be back in action soon, get well soon, and all that stuff. But you can watch Cushy Queen. I'm not sure. They might still do High Noon tomorrow. We should talk to Miles. He was dancing around back there.
But he's gone now.
Dad Master Dial.
You might want to just tune in just in case. Look for the Facebook notification.
Yeah. They'll keep them up to date.
And Cushy, she's on Sunday.
So
check it out.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock on Sunday. That's right. Cookie knows.
That's 2 o'clock Sunday.
Hour, yeah.
2 o'clock is the royal hour. That is the royal hour.
And now they got the there's a show from like down at the Pain Management Center.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now the seed bank now has a desk in there.
Oh, they do?
Yep, they just moved there January 1st.
There you go.
So for all your seed needs in person, you can go down there. I don't know the exact address, blah, 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 Commercial Drive.
I don't know the address either, but it's right by the SkyTrain station.
2165, but that's probably so wrong.
Yep, and we love those guys there. Please do support local businesses like them because they are the bomb. They are awesome. I don't know if you have to have a membership to get in there or not, but
No, I don't think so. I think they're good. They're like everyone else now.
Beautiful.
Be over 19 and responsible, probably.
Good. That's the way it should be. I was walking by Green Panda in my neighborhood, which is just across on Robson Street there, downtown. And I saw it just said 19 plus on the window, so there you go.
That's what they all want to do now. They're like, screw it.
Well, it makes sense. Like, it's invasive asking people for their personal medical information. I don't care what's wrong with you. Like, if this is what you need, this is what you need. I'll tell you the side effects. We'll find the right strain for you. But other than that, like, I don't want to know about your personal stuff. You don't want me knowing about your personal stuff either, because I'm gross.
It's just not. It doesn't even seem like a legal thing to do to ask people for the private medical information.
Yeah.
So it's kind of dumb in the first place.
Yes.
But I guess they needed it to get around the law and whatever they were trying to do at the time, and now everybody's just balls to the wall. So keep up the great walk. That's making me hungry.
Me too. Walk to walk.
Walk to walk. There's a walk to walk in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's like my fave.
Oh my god. Okay, so there's a place in Amsterdam that is called Walk to Walk, and it's like open really late at night. And it has really tall. Like they open up the front sides of things in Amsterdam, and it's like open to the open air.
Right.
And so when you walk by, it's like you're basically in the restaurant already as you walk by.
Okay,
getting steamed with flavor.
Yeah.
That's the important
The food
part.
is like they cook it up in woks.
Big walk.
And
Like
it is
huge
yes, and it is absolutely delicious.
Right.
It's so fucking good, and it goes all night long, or it goes really late anyways.
Till like 4 or 5 or something.
Really late, 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
All right.
And it's one of the last things open, and it's orange. It all looks orange, isn't it?
Orange and black.
It's orange and black, and the whole thing is like it stands out. And when you walk by, you can't miss it, and it smells amazing. And I want it right now.
Me too. It's worth the fucking 11-hour flight.
I miss Amsterdam so much. Of all the places in the world that I've been to, I love that place more than any other place besides Vancouver.
Why is
because I really like things that go all night long, and Amsterdam is always happening.
Yeah.
And it does. I mean, eventually it gets to be you're the only one out there, and it's a little weird, but there's still usually fun, you find somebody to have fun with, and it's like I always say this a lot about Amsterdam, that it's the Las Vegas of Europe. It's like where everybody comes to have fun, and people come from all over Europe.
Stays in Amsterdam.
Well, and that too.
Oh, I never heard that. I always tell everyone all of my fables.
Especially because you drink so much, you black out and can't remember what the hell happened.
Mr. Cookie's Tales of Amsterdam. That would be a podcast I would subscribe to.
Yes.
Nah, they're pretty clean.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been pretty good.
All right, find some better stories about
If
Amsterdam.
I go this year, though, it might be different.
Let's go. I'm looking for an excuse to go, Cookie.
Then just go. That's the excuse.
I want to go to Amsterdam with these two. These guys, we're going to Amsterdam.
He's pointing at two people in the studio that none of you can see.
It's Joe and Annette.
Yes.
They can't see anybody, but yeah, they're here.
They'd be great crew to go to Amsterdam with, actually. Yeah.
Amsterdam is the bomb. We were just talking about Walk to Walk in Amsterdam, which is like the big, amazing walk place where they cook up. Oh my god!
It's not even that big. It's probably like 200 square feet.
But they have like all these wooden benches, and you sit with other people.
Yeah, it's just like 1 or 2 tables all together, and you're like forced in with the other people.
Yeah,
they do that a lot in the Dutch culture. I find
they do. Yeah,
they're like, here's like you go eat somewhere, and it's just like a couple massive tables. You have to sit beside.
It's because there's no space. It's because it's such a small place that everybody's like literally piled on top of each other, and so you have to just be close to everybody's like hello, and you're eating your food. But
this has totally become yet another show within the show, Stoner Food Chat with Cookie and Jer. I love it. I love it. Every time I see this show, I have 18 ideas for podcasts and spin-offs, and we should do all of it all of the time because it's hilarious.
You get a little bit of everything with this show.
I think it's
like the full meal deal here.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this shit up. It's getting close to the end.
Let's wrap it up like a fat joint.
I was like, we're just going to do a 1 hour show, and here we are. It's close to 3 hours again.
Sorry.
This does happen.
It's because you get stoned.
Yeah,
stoned.
But we also have interesting stuff going on. Plus, we give away amazing prizes tickets to the Mom Cup.
Tickets to the Mom Cup.
So now you don't have to buy a ticket. If you were here in the chat, anybody who was in the chat of the show today could send an email to moon@12highchicks.com, and you get a free online judges kit.
Yeah.
Damn. And so that means
if you live in Canada, are 19 plus,
yes,
send your picture with your email.
That's fucked. Only till the end of the show, too. So that's like in like 5 minutes.
Which is like, we're about to wrap it up.
Yeah, this is really the 60-second warning.
Yeah, we're going to tell her it's 6:45.
That's the cutoff.
40 now.
Yeah. But we love all y'all out there. So thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks, Mr. Cookie.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great week. We'll see you guys all around the town.
Yeah, and happy 2018. The first show of 2018. Right. It was fun. We're actually going to get to some news next week. I had
important
videos
news.
and shit that we were going to play and stuff. Never even got to any of the stuff we were supposed to do.
It was just a little chaos today. So many people came in.
This kind of stuff happens. But we will. We'll get into some of the news that's happening next week. We'll get into some of the American stuff. And there's always something going on down there. California was a big thing. There's some cool videos and stuff to play from lineups down the street and stuff there. But yeah, Vermont, yes, Vermont, also interesting. American stuff, but also lots of Canadian stuff always going on from province to province. So anyways, we'll be back next Friday. Drug peace, everybody.